Why was I muted? Anyway, I don't know when I was muted, so yeah. Hi chat. How are we doing? We doing okay? We feeling good? I know for those of you who are attending school, I think it is summer break. I think. But yeah, I am very. I'm just very excited to play through. What is this? Mnestic experience. I have heard nothing but good things from it from Freezer when he was playing through it last night. I did get spoiled on one thing. I won't point out what, but I did get spoiled, which meant that I was like, time to get off Twitter. I'm not allowed to look at it anymore. So yeah, I am very, very excited to get into it. Yeah. Yeah, let's just get, ooh, the music. Wait. Okay. We got, oh yeah, I did look at the I did get a chance to look at the new IDs that are coming out. So I did get to see these before I got spoiled on Twitter, because they did come out before it, but seems like Bamboo-Headed Kim Meursault is back on the menu if you get this ego. And also more bleed poise. More bleed poise. Let's see. Ah yes, the rest of Bladelin. Okay. Do I have Bladelin? Oh, okay. The mouth opens. Okay. That's, oh. Also, Engdu got a haircut. She got bangs now. Good for her. Oh, it's like paper cutout. Oh, it's all of it's like paper cutout. Oh, shoot. Check rewards. Okay. Okay. These look cool. Let's just get right into it. Oh yeah, the reason for this. I was trying to clear out, see if I had anything else to like, to clear. Turns out I never finished, what is it? The Intervallo where Bamboo-Headed Kim first shows up. I never finished the hard mode dungeon. I attempted it once and I was like, I'm too tired, and I stopped. So that's the reason for that. Alright, who's talking here? No, wait. For this one we should go about it like no, Hiko's been in the Vanguard for too long. I should pull him back and let him. Dante. Oh, sorry, did you say something? I provided you an answer to your question, but you exhibited no observable response. Is the Sinner's combat performance deteriorating beyond manageable parameters? No, things aren't that bad, but it's just hard to focus on one conversation when I'm trying to support battles happening in completely different places at once. Oh. On top of that, Roja's shopping chatter is starting to get a little distracting. Oh, a few days after we entered N-Corp's district, the bus pulled over in the back streets of N-Corp to take care of a distortion case. This contract was supposed to be handled jointly with the LCD team, but distortions suddenly started cropping up all over an area of the back streets called Butter Street, without any coherent pattern, no obvious sign of origin or route of spread, nothing convenient like that, and no choice but split the sinners into several groups and send them out. Otis, Ishmael, Sinclair, Don Quixote, Isang, and Meursault were on their way to rendezvous with the LCD team. Heathcliff, Gregor, and Hong Lu were suppressing distortions that had showed up from other directions. And with her onboard stock scraped down to the bottom, Roja and Ryoshu, who were done with their share of the suppression work, were in charge of buying supplies for the bus. As for Faust, she decided to stay behind with me on the bus. I wanted to get through the consultation sessions I've been putting off, and thought I might as well get myself some much needed practice with handling the new golden handling the new golden bow power I'd acquired. To reiterate, there's no issues requiring special concern regarding Faust. It is true that Faust has, on several occasions, expressed dissatisfaction with a certain Faust. However, those instances should be classified as a mere personal grievance. Oh, we get Faust lore. Okay. Okay. I mean, that's good if that's all there is to it, but this is not the first time Faust has seemed unlike herself. There have been times before where she spent far longer alone than usual, lost in thought, moments where she could not produce immediate answers to questions from the other sinners or me. Could it be you can't access the Gesellschaft? May I ask your basis for the inference? Because you're acting like a lot like you did back on the warp train. It appears there remain occasions on which you are still capable of surprising Faust, Tante. So I was right. You're actually cut off from the Gesellschaft. Oh wait, no. She's shunned. That's what it is. She's labeled stupid Faust. That was not intended as a confirmation of your conjecture. Maybe she's saying that while she can technically access the Gesellschaft, it may as well be that she can't. I wish I could ask more and get to the bottom of it, but the way that she's sidestepping the subject told me that prying wouldn't give me any further insight. Right. I won't press you if you don't want to talk about it. Your reserve is appreciated. Shall we move on? Yes, your consultation is the next agenda. After cross-referencing the records pertaining to recent events in the House of Spiders, it would appear that memories concerning the individuals designated as Sora and Ren currently remain only with you, Dante. As such, should the influence of Ryoshu and her soul lead to further omissions of the official record, the manager will be responsible for supplementing the necessary information. Yeah, not the first time I was the only one left with intact memories, huh? That's right. Despite Keikore's memory wipe procedure, Catherine's erasure by the Golden Bow's power, and Ariashiki severing people from existence, I was the only one who remembered what had transpired. But ironically enough, the memories I had prior to swapping my head with this clock still showed no signs of returning. Why won't my old memories come back though? Is it because of this clock head? Speculation based on your experience with the bus team thus far will not meaningfully contribute to the recovery of your former memories, manager. Inductive reasoning conducted from memories with gaps after all is bound to have structural limitations. Bongi would serve as an adequate analogy. Bongi? Yes, Bongi. Receiving feed and increasing in body mass alone would provide it with no meaningful basis for identifying the purpose of its rearing. Even at the terminal stage, when exposed to kitchen instruments and the heat of the stove, its limited experience would prove inadequate to constitute an understanding of its ultimate fate and purpose. Likewise, the ultimate answer to your doubts can only be obtained in the whole of the experience that you will have accumulated at the terminus of your entire journey, that is, your allotted mission. Because treasure awaits at the end of the road, at the end of hell. Now, the treasure will give you back my memories in my head, also. Indeed, at the end of the road, you'll be able to engrave your aspect. Engrave my... The what? The hapapa? The apa... What? Engrave your aspect. Like 1080p? 1980 by 1080? He gets to have an aspect ratio? I still have no idea what aspect means, or whether it's an or even whether it's an object, but if I know one thing, is that the me from before all of this began wanted it badly, obsessively, desperately. It's more of an instinctive knowledge. Both my memory's gone, the feeling, however strong it is, does not change the fact that it's another word with no discernible mental image. And you're not going to tell me what it actually is, are you? The aspect. What it means or why I wanted it so much. If it remains a piece of information that must be disclosed to you, then no. I'm unable to tell you. Pay it no mind. You're still following your star acceptably. Please concentrate on the journey. Oh. More importantly, have you grown accustomed to that incomplete power? Current observations suggest that you have yet to arrive at that level. Well, I've gotten pretty used to focusing on one place at a time, but keeping track of several places at once is a bit rough. Otis's team is doing well in combat even without my direct supervision, and Roja's team is shopping and not engaged in battle at the moment. Taking my mind off of them would prove much easier, but that wouldn't give me the much needed practice, so I'm doing my best to keep an eye on every sinner's status. Similarly, sufficient familiarity should result in substantial tactical value. You will be able to cast a wider net when information gathering and employ previously unavailable tactical patterns. Right, and I'll also be able to tell when it's a bad time to call in someone too. Even as I continue talking with Faust, I make sure not to stop observing the places where each group is and what they're doing. Yep, pulling Keith to the rear was the right call. I don't see any injuries. His team's doing pretty well even without my directions. As for Roja, wait, did she just stuff all the pastries and bread she brought into our pockets? How did she manage to do that with just a huge baguette? And Otis's group. Let's see. Oh, this looks like they joined up with the LCD team without any issues. LCD, then Deca over there must be... Hang on. Faust, there's a dude I've seen before, but he seems a bit, different from what I remember? Could you specify the issue? I'm monitoring the situation right now. We should probably join up with them, too. Let's end the consultation here. This is rather precipitous, Dante. If the incident is of a serious nature, perhaps a request for support from the LCC. No, it's not an incident. Though I would say it's not serious. Okay. Someone changed? Someone new? Someone we know, probably. Rendezvous. Take a sip of my water. N-Corp. Oh, it's going from bad to worse, really. Dante seemed to be tied up helping the other groups. Otis's command calls have been working out well enough, I'll give her that. We managed to hold the line better than expected, but definitely starting to feel the strain. Why are you waving your hand all the arm and hand signals? Huh? What signals? We're singing the arm sideways even supposed to be. Wait, why did she run like that? You don't know? It's scatter, damn it! So scatter! That was close, we almost got flattened. Damn it, even rookies with nothing but the most rudimentary of military training would have recognized the hand signal that basic. Well, we're not all trained soldiers here, are we? Verily, the flourish of a single hand doth make the boat doth indeed make boast with chivalric elegance, when yet thou, sudden weight of thine arm about, clenching and unclenching thy hand in that mystical fashion, only to just suddenly turn tail. Forsooth, I am left bereft of understanding what thou meanest to say. To think that of all the personnel in the team, only the Swabby has the discipline to interpret a basic field signal. I only picked it up during my sailing days and realistically speaking, did you really expect ordinary people like the others to understand professional military signals? She's right. This is unacceptable. After all the operations all of you have been deployed under my lead, you're also ignorant when it comes to non-verbal signals. I don't think even Dante would know these signals. You know, might as well be splitting hairs. Literally. Let us appease our agitated hearts and follow Miss Otis's instruction. We should disperse and withdraw. Megaton! Yes! Ezra! Hey, pretty cool, huh? Let's face it, I know how to make one heck of an entrance. Whoa, aren't you supposed to be cleaning up the distortion upstairs? Oh. finitio a million years ago? What? Finitio a million years ago? The heck? You guys were taking forever, so I figured I'd take a peek and lend a hand. You're welcome. Split by your thundering descent, the floor's forming shape and now crust beyond mending. Sunken deep enough to be likened by the incipience of a wellspring. Don't you worry your head about it. That's all after teams to take care of. Anyway, that should be all of them, right? The force of our landing neutralized the last of the distortions outside of the building. Great. Can you check on the distorted peeps' faces and clothes? Their faces are all segmented. Makes my skin crawl, not a pleasant sight. As for their attire... This one appeared to a sweeper, and that yonder bears the attire of ordinary fixer. And this distortion I landed on... Probably a local resident, judging by clothes. Did any of you happen to see anything nearby bursting with a big pop and flash? Nay, not at once. Okie dokie. You know what? Let's all head upstairs. This suppression request is kind of a pain. We'll need to put together a nice, neat plan before you start poking too hard. A plan, sayest thou? How was this not a mere matter of slight distortions where they stand? Huh? Wait, did nobody brief you? This has often been the structure of our assignments. We are given instructions, we perform them, then only afterwards we begin to perceive the nature and contour of the task of which we have committed our hands. Really? I guess every department has its own way of doing things. No big deal. I'll explain everything once we're upstairs. Oh, by the way, you didn't get to meet the whole team last time, did you? Only a new girl. This time, that dude, I mean, Mr. Bamboo Headed Kim's also here, so... Huh? Is he okay now? Sure he is. You'll be surprised once you see just how okay he is now. How okay he is! Okay. 칠수님 안녕하세요. 실시간 더빙. I mean, if I just read it, it's kind of boring. If I just read it in my head, it's boring, so I had to read it out loud. The last time you said he was still under treatment. To be precise, I believe Miss Engdu stated that his mind was yet to regain its former tranquility. Aha! That? You'll get it once you see him. I feel like we'll just end up having the same conversation twice if I say anything about it now. Oh, hello, Sinclair. Are you going in blind or are you get spoiled? I got spoiled by, like, one thing. I got spoiled by one singular thing, and then I was like, okay, time to take Twitter off of my phone. Time to get off Twitter, so I don't get spoiled. So I've been spoiled on one thing, but that's it. So, thankfully, that's alright. Everything else is blind. Ah! What is this? What the hell? Wait, I need to clean. I can't see a damn thing. Chat, they're aura farming. Ah, you have arrived. Ugh, it's blinding. It's so bright. The midday sun is pouring in like crazy. Yet the warm tickle of the sunbeam is rather agreeable. No, this is not sunlight. Because unlike this, there is more to sunshine than its warmth. Then what exactly is this light? Why is this thing on again? It's bright enough to fry my eyeballs. Apologies, Miss Ezra, or Lady Ezra. I'm yet accustomed to this machine. It's my first time laying a hand on the complicated workings of such a contraption. It activated of its own accord, and yet discovered a method by which it may be silenced. What? Wait, who is this? Wait. The color. Oh, Engdu! Haircut! You can see it up close! Okay, we don't know yet who this is. That's why I told you to leave alone. Fiddling with things you don't understand usually ends with something, or you, broken. Nothing good comes of it, I tell you. But mentor— oh, it's him! It's Kim! But mentor, Lady Moses instructed me that in every moment and event, clues are hidden under the veil of one's surroundings and must be examined with care. Yes, and that only works if you're savvy about the knack. Hang on, did you just say mentor? I had not been afforded a proper opportunity to introduce him to you. This here is the team leader of the Blade lineage, who is all but a master under whom I have apprenticed. Do you really have to dress it up like that? I told you I only took on the role because there wasn't anyone else around to take the job. Switch, where's the switch? Aha! Gotcha! Huh? Wait, huh? Ooh, what? Huh? Okay, she got a haircut, she got an outfit. Okay, that's a ring light. Who are you? Who are you? Wait. Ah, what? Oh? Goodness. Known as bamboo-hatted Kim. 예? 누구세요? wait. Okay, so context. I did get spoiled on how bamboo-hatted Kim looks like. I did not expect him to look like this. I was not expecting to be introduced to him in this manner. Yes, that's me. I should say pleased to meet you, folks. Huh? Oh, hello, Isaac. Welcome to the stream. 저 감사가 생긴 거 이게 되는지 이거 He looks like Kintoki from Gintama. Oh, he does! Wait! He kinda does! What the hell? I'm not bamboo-hatted Kim right now. I'm Kimshi. Wait, then who's wearing this? Wait, why is it just standing up? Why is it just here? What? Hello? Search for the infection point. Okay. Why is this just standing up? Why is it just there? What the coat rack? Probably. It just looks a little too solid to be just coat rack though. 옷걸이 걸어준 거. I don't know. Say hello to coat hangers. Ah, yes. Thank you, chat, for pointing out the fact that coat hangers exist. Okay, so more often than not, first impressions are prone to change. The bamboo-hatted Kim I remember was a man who drowned in his own fathoms, blaming himself for his powerlessness with a listless, heavy voice. That, however, had been, well, he was distorted and sunken into himself, so I figured his original personality might be somewhat different. But this was not just somewhat. His personality isn't even in the same ballpark as my expectations. You're telling me this guy here is bamboo-hatted Kim? Yep, we double-checked with Ezra. She said he was really the same guy. He's— what the f— 다른 사람이야! What is this? Whoa, that fire is on your head not hot at all? Fascinating stuff. Can you— okay, can we check again? Just in case. I really can't wrap my head around the fact that this is the sullen, serious man whom we fought. Just look what he's doing. He's rubbing my face all over like he's checking out some kind of mantelpiece ornament. Lots of ticking and talking going on. That's supposed to sound like them talking to you folks, huh? 얼굴이 뭐야? What? Further confirmation would be redundant, Dante. This individual is conclusively identical to the one designated as bamboo-hatted Kim. I got no idea what you folks are so suspicious about. Ingdu, just what exactly have you been telling people out there about me? They're all staring like they've seen a ghost. I told him that you're a gallant and formidable warrior, Mentor. But they don't look like they've heard the most flattering things about me. There, don't you hear it? The faint undercurrent of disappointment and it's ticking. I'm also told them that you're a man of few words, but with much affection for the followers under your command. Engdu. Yes, Mentor? That's a complete and utter lie. Man of few words is definitely not something you could say about a guy as talkative as me, don't you think? The clothes really do make the man hate. Yeah, I really do. Bamboo shot. Hello, Yuinya. Hello, Yuinya? Hello, welcome to the tree. When he looks like this, I kind of thought he'd sound like a stoner. Shimopson. Yet I spoke no falsehood. Although your conduct is rather shallow and perhaps less refined for a leader of an organization, you're much more reserved and taciturn when conversing with those unfamiliar to you, are you not? No matter who one may be, one is bound to inspire either approval or disapproval from those around him. So I refrain from mentioning any truths that might invite the latter. To even hint at anything that might tarnish the reputation of my master would not be unlike spitting on his name, and mine by extension. I simply had no reason to put on airs in front of my own folks. In any case... Oh, so you can't see anything if I blocked his part. Tell. How many fingers am I holding up? Those are not my eyes, you know? This dude is a Meursault ID? Yeah, that dude's a Meursault ID! What? Your own folks, huh? Then you've already acknowledged and accepted that you now belong to the Limbus company. Why didst thou not pay a visit to the LCE? Verily, when one's mind is plagued by the absence of tranquility, venturing forth into the open air and touchable field of glass cures the storm of heart. When your brain is fogged up, Don Quixote, she says to go touch grass. All right, chat. If you're raging, if you're gamer raging, don't forget the words of Don Quixote. Go touch grass. Let me get a sip of water. I'm so sorry. Meursault must be pretty flamboyant or a strange fella based on an ID like Leon Camille. An asset of the company is expected to act in the company's interests, yet for whatever reason, I didn't see you fighting on the field of battle during Operation Spider-Pyre. You will have to account of your absence in the mission. Otis addressed Kim as though she was conducting a formal investigation, every word flat and hard. It was obvious that she was not about to let her guard down anytime soon. What mission? Oh, that one. Kim finally seemed inclined to assume more of a serious deposition. He stopped peering into my face and turned towards Otis, although his hand was still on my head. Alright, clearly there's some disconnect in expectations here. Listen here, you. I'm really not all about hard, bothersome work. Get what I mean? What? The real disconnect was his stoic expression and the words coming out of his mouth. What? So let's talk about what kind of fellow I am. Meet the resident layabout, who's forced to do his job, with a frown, might I add, only when he's got absolutely no other choice. I'm really not some big shot Engdu's apparently been promoting me as, folks. And I very much like to stop getting roped into the stuff that keeps putting my life on the line. Aiguya! Fine, then why did you join the LCD in the first place if you'd rather be unemployed? No, never mind, they probably forced you to stay. Catch on quick. First they spout this nonsense about distortions and all, and then Force hired me, calling me a company-owned resource or whatever. And the other day, they were again on about what's his name? Golden Bow? Yes, he invited me on a tour to another department to listen on some important presentation. And I accepted. I thought it would be a fine opportunity to broaden my perspective. Engdu, dear, there are times when your commitment to duty shines brighter than the sun. I find an attitude so dazzling that I'll have to squint when I'm looking at you. Who knows? Maybe that's why I'm wearing this bamboo hat, to shade my eyes from your utter brilliance. Do you mean to say that you're in need of a shield to protect your eyes? Lady Ezra, might I suggest submit a request for a pair of sunglasses for my mentor? Oh, if it's too much of an imposition on the budget, that is. What the? That right there. That's what I keep telling you not to do. You can't just say yes to every silly thing he says and turn to a supply request. Small expenses to add up a lot, you know? You don't save everything you can in the piggy bank while you still can, or you'll end up broke. Is there truly no room for reconsideration? No means no. Then pray make the purchase for me. I shall cover the cost myself. No can- wait, what? My poor mentor is in a state of great discomfort, yet I possess neither the wisdom nor the knowledge to navigate the silver tongue of merchants in the maze of stalls to locate the very best item, so I must beg this favor of you. You're giving me a freaking headache, girl. Kimchi. Aiguya. Oh, this poor guy! This poor guy! Oh my god. Ezra 식비에 거의 다 쓴 전설. Ezra spends most of it on food. 아이고. I think Kim's the most expressionate person in the game. The definition of gat moe be like. It really do be like that. I am aware that you and yours are no strangers to such dealings. There's no one else I can trust to complete such a procurement with the swiftness of the wind. You know what? Never mind what I just said. I'll just get you what you want. I heard the gentle lady mentor. Your suffering shall soon be alleviated. Right. My apologies for interrupting you in mid-conversation. Pray, continue. You had reached the part where you invited your... to tour another department. No sooner Engdu's words left her lips than her eyes glinted with something I couldn't really put my finger on, but it was a strange intensity that sent this chill down my spine. Yeah, so that day I was gonna relax here and watch some TV. Well, good on you for showing up to work today, I guess? Let's just say there's a debt to be repaid. At least you understand that we are indeed indebted to the company. Yeah, I suppose I do. Kim's gaze lingered on Engdu's prosthetic arms as he answered. Oh, Miss Engdu, your arms. Only after following Kim's gaze did Sinclair seemed to notice Engdu's brand new prosthetic arms. That last he saw her, Engdu had lost both her arms. I remember Ezra is asking her to sit tight and choose what type of prosthesis she wanted. Those arms are probably it. It's not even the arms, even her clothes are different now. And that sword. I had these arms fitted anew as soon as the operation was concluded. The gracious host in one of the LCD's teams had prepared them in advance. With evident satisfaction, Engdu held up her dark metallic wrists as if to showcase them. The components fixed along her arm clicked and rattled, unfolding for a moment before neatly folding back into place. Oh, such graceful smoothness went to machine articulation. 'Tis as though I'm beholding the marvelous prosthesis of the illustrious Siegfried himself. Yep, the showcase would have gone lackluster without that trademark reaction. Those are strictly similar to Schwartz Industries' N7 lineup, but I thought that model was discontinued. Nah, not theirs. It was one of their prototypes developed by LCD's Phenomena deciphering team. They put him on her for trial. Doubt you'll find another like them. They're based on technology spun from distortions. Oh, I see. For a brief moment, Sinclair's eyes lit up as he glimpsed something that brought him back to a memory. Then just quickly, he fell silent, whether he wanted to say next, catching in his chest. Does something trouble you, Master Sinclair? Oh, not the flashes. It wasn't hard to understand what struck the tender memory for Sinclair and why it cast a shadow over his face. But, sorry, just reminding me of something from a long time ago. I'm so sorry, my nose is itchy. God damn it. I'm so sorry. Engdu yandere. This guy's a reverse bullet in a meta way. My dad used to work with prosthetic before he passed away. I thought this was the exact same model I saw back then. It appears I lack tact. These arms have stirred a painful memory within you. For that, I apologize. It's alright. I'm fine now. Sinclair's voice still carried a faint tremor, but beneath it was a firmness that had not been there before. I've really grown a great deal. You can thank yours truly for picking the sword. I was there with her. I did inform Lady Ezra that any blade could serve as a weapon would suffice, but she insisted on browsing the goods. I dare say I was given the opportunity to lay my hands on every type of sword I could ever hope to see in this life, walking through the workshop street that day. Oh girl, please. We walk for just 4 hours, that's nothing. He's just whistling. He's just whistling. While everyone was distracted in taking Engdu's new outfit and equipment, Kim quietly slipped away from the crowd and crouched down in a corner. He was rummaging through things scattered on the floor, picking them up. Is he pocketing them? Anyway, what's this place supposed to be? What are all these things? It's basically a wreck now, but there's strobes and a cloth backdrop over there. Maybe it used to be a photo studio? Oh, and it switches to the music. Oh, that'll explain why there are so many photos stuck around the place. Probably. This thing definitely looks like a camera, at least. Sinclair picked up a small cylindrical object and turned it over his hands, studying it with curiosity. What do you suppose this is? A battery, maybe? Ah, there's some kind of strip inside. Let me just pull it out. No, that's... Otis shouted as a sharp warning at Sinclair as if she realized something, but Meursault's hand shot out before she could finish, clasping over Sinclair's wrist before the strip could be pulled out. What? What did I do? Exposure to sunlight damages these objects. I already pulled out a little bit out, though! It can be rewound. Carefully rotate the ridged section on the cylinder. I'm currently blocking the sunlight from reaching the exposed section. Damage is of no concern. Oh, okay. I mean this one, right? The part that rotates? Yep, it went back in. With a quiet nod, Meursault took the object from Sinclair's hand. This seems to be a film roll. There's something written on the outside. Experiment number 4. It appears to be a compact roll for a film camera. You seem to have handled one before? Yes. Meursault's answer came without any further explanation, but the way he adjusted the camera on the table certainly didn't look like that of a first-timer. I once received a report containing photographs taken on film cameras during the war. Film rolls used by N-Corp are particularly difficult to falsify. They were often used to collect intelligence during secret operations. The film fixes light directly into the medium, from what I've heard. A peculiar expression flashed across Ezra's face as she regarded Otis. Perhaps it was the mention of war that caught her attention. Anyway, we managed to regroup in one piece. Let's go with a plan to deal these distortion guys. Where should we begin? Then in the next In the next breath, she returned to her usual bubbly self and steered the conversation away from the subject. Oh. Gosh darn it. Why is it so itchy? I don't like it. I could. Both Ezra and I, we're both still trying to be free of the misconception we inflicted on ourselves. For all her unfailingly perkly? I can't speak today. Why can't I speak today? Unfailingly perky disposition, Ezra too may be carrying traumatic memories every bit as devastating as Gregor's. Does there remain aught deserving illumination? Huh? Yeah, wait, you're right. We haven't cleaned up the distortion already? I couldn't feel any more traces of distortions nearby, and this seemed like any of the other Sinner teams elsewhere are actively engaged in battle at the moment either. Dante is asking whether the distortion suppression has not, in fact, already been concluded. Oh no, yeah. These people we just fought now, they only got caught up in the distortion. They didn't actually distort themselves. We haven't even gotten close to distortion's inflection point yet. Inflection point? Anywho, in finding an inflection point without the team leaders around is gonna take some time. Maybe I won't be too bad with your help. Ezra swept her eyes around the room with a look of frustration as though she had been handled a puzzle box with half the pieces missing. By an inflection point, are you referring to the point on which a graph with which the directionality of its curvature changes? Calling to mind the present context, it may be less of a mathematical term and more of a specialized polysemy, referring to the point at which distortion occurs, the motive, intent, or indeed the point at which inflection of the mind occurs. Yep, that's about right. That's the kind of inflection point I was talking about. So in our department, we use that term to mean the source of a distortion, or the inflector, or cause behind it. Stuff like that. Pardon me. You know, distortion is hard to treat if you don't know the core cause. Treat the symptoms you see on the surface all you like, but if you never find the root cause, the distortion is never getting solved. Though I guess you guys never really had to look for that kind of stuff, huh? Your boss clock opens the door to the Fathoms or whatever, right? You mean the Dungeon of the Fathoms? Yep, that's the one! From where we're standing, distortions are really high maintenance, time-consuming headaches. It's one thing to somehow manage the location of the inflection point, but curing it's another thing. You guys can just march straight into someone's heart, knock the snot out of everything there, and then ta-da! Patient ready for discharge. That's how it works, right? Not gonna lie, I was so jealous when I heard about it. I almost bit my sleeve off. Verily, I had thought your team would set about resolving distortion once the foe is vanquished, as we won't do. Was that not so? Of course not! Why would someone come to us with a distortion suppression request if it were that simple in the first place? But yeah, most of the time, peeps try brute force approaches to it first, and when things go south, they send requests to the company or detective's office. That means the client this time must have been... Bingo! Apparently, the residents of Butter Street have all chipped into commission all kinds of agencies like the SWI and the Combat Specialized Fixer offices, but none of them could actually do things right, and the job got passed on to us. Meaning, the distortion phenomenon related to this kind of photograph is still occurring unchecked somewhere on the streets. Exactly. But that's why we gotta find something. Anything that might count as a clue. Ugh. Okay. Ezra gazed down at the people lying on the floor with a complicated expression. Neat ash gray suits and the logo of the collar of their uniform briefcases. Hey, isn't that N-Corp's logo? Come to think of it, wasn't Meursault? I was once employed by N-Corp. What, you used to work for those people? Yeah, he did mention that he used to work at N-Corp. Maybe he can offer us some insight? Do you know who these guys are, Meursault? Yes, manager. These are N-Corp Class 2 staff members. Given the camera briefcases in their position, they are likely members of the pinframe team of Service de Clos. Pinframe team of Service de Clos? De Clos? Meursault recited the information as though he were pulling it from a file he had already sorted and placed back in the shelf in his mind. Okay, pinframe team. Huh. Anything you can tell us about them? Yes. It is one of N-Corp's many field departments related to information gathering and processing. Their primary duties include the handling of N-Corp's internal information, analysis of N-Corp's internal intelligence, the sorting and arrangement of N-Corp's internal information, and intersector. That'd be enough. Whoa, is he a talking encyclopedia or something? Yeah, another thing to be jealous of. You think it'll be okay if we borrow him sometimes? Might be an issue for us if you just went and borrowed our team's encyclopedia. Looks like everyone agrees that he's an encyclopedia. Anyway, your encyclopedia is right. They're from N-Corp's pink frame team. Seen them a few times before in N-Corp's nest. But, I'm so sorry, chat. Christ. I have no idea why it's so itchy. Christ. Feels like I have to like peel the skin off or something. I'm not going to, but anyway. Well, why would people already busy enough dealing with nest affairs come all the way out to a shabby backstreet like this? Got any guesses? I'm unable to determine that. Huh? The possible range of connection between two pieces of information is exceedingly broad. Listing every relevant reason as to why they may have come here would require a considerable amount of time. Therefore, I will not present a determinate answer to that question. Ezra, staring holes into me with an unspoken, "Is this dude always like this?" Wouldn't pull any answer from me, you know. Because aside from combat situations, I still got no way to figure out what's going on in his head. Okay then. Okay, the Meursault, maybe this will be easier to answer from an objective point of view. And that's when I was noticed something I never imagined would happen. Meursault's eyes widen, his gaze fixing me with such force I could almost feel the faint tremor in it. A leveling stare that came with... Is he gritting his teeth? Huh? There is no such thing as an objective point of view, manager. A clipped tone and a look almost broadening on rebuke. A given judgment may seem infinitely close to objectivity, but ultimately all things are subjective without exception. I fell silent for a moment, lost in thought. Part of it was because Meursault's reaction had caught me off guard, but also I wondered whether this response might be connected to why he would always refuse to make judgments for himself. And if this had to do something with his turn, which I know is just around the corner. Got it. Then tell me 3 subjective reasons why you think are most likely for why these people had to come all the way to the backstreets. I need to understand who he actually is as much as I can, because I never know when I'll get another chance to really get to know him if I brush this off with, oh, simple, oh, see, I see, my bad, as usual. Yes, manager, yeah. Oh god. I would presume that their mission was one or all of the following: retrieval of a video recording or recordings in violation of N-Corp's taboo, prompt elimination of the violator, contact with an informant in the backstreets collaborating with N-Corp's nest, or identification and arrest of a wanted individual or individuals designated by the nest. Taboo? You mean these people will be taboo hunters? Nah, no way. They don't send out taboo hunters for every single violation, you know? Like, wings usually leave minor taboo violations to be handled by subcontracted fixer offices or employees of the department in charge. I'd say these guys are N-Corp staff. Miss Engdu? What are you looking for in their pockets? I'm looking for their belongings, for enlightening clues, yet be hidden in the sleeve or the fold of their garments. Lady Moses has been gifted with the art of discerning the truth from what lies before her, with but a single glance, yet my eyes are foreign to such a feat. Let me take a look too. This is an employee card. Okay, this one's a wallet, so let's put that back. We don't be robbers. Aha! This might be it. It's an order missive. Ezra pulled a sheet of paper out from an N-Corp staff's coat and read its contents aloud. Work details. Elimination of the individual in a category 3 taboo violation. Address, Butter Street. This is the place. Which means all of this might be pointing to something. Whoever used to work in the studio and distortion phenomena might be connected. Yeah, now that you mention it, when the whole pop and change thing happened, I did kind of feel like a camera flash. Alright, let's start by combing through this place. Let me know if you find anything suspicious. Oh, at long last, I have the hour arrived for my debut as a detective, forsooth. Don Quixote must have been miffed for not getting to play detective back in T Corp. No idea where she'd been keeping them, but she immediately pulled out the detective props she'd been given to Roger Ryoshi and Honglu back then. Fairly, I'd foreseen the day had come. Fortunately, Otis wasted no time putting an end to Don Quixote's bad time shenanigan. A sharp dressing down from her was enough to make her dejected chivalric adventurer stuff the costume away. Okay, then we should get moving too. Okay. I was not expecting that much of a gap moe from Bamboo Hatted Kid. Yes, they're not here. Right. Let's see, can we get Mr. Kim? We can get Mr. Wait, he's level 50. There we go. There's Mr. Kim. Pinky Apprentice actually works out here. I can... Oh, I can barely level you. Hopefully that's enough. I don't have Bladeland for you, but... Let's Poise Burn. I guess we'll go with her. We can go with her. And then we could just do a Chung Office. And O's can be you. Oh, She's not leveled though. Okay. Yeah, actually, yeah. I think this will do. Oh, right. No, Faust. Faust gets to stay like this. There we go. Never thought I'd see that one for the loading screen in a good bit. I saw someone headcanning Kim just draw Kira's TV. He's the one who took the TV. Damn. I kind of thought Kim would look like Zoro. I also thought Kim would look a little more put together, less shaggy. Why do all the best swordmen in the city either alcoholic or homeless or both? Because they understand. They know things that we don't. We spent a long time rifling through the photo studio with the LCD team, but no one found any decisive evidence. Sure, a lot of photos around, but almost all of them are just pictures of buildings. Nothing much to tell from that. Aside from the canister containing the film roll Sinclair picked up, there are no remaining items here that can count as proper clue. Executive Manager, I confirmed that the rest are all empty plastic containers. Then it's probably best to check the contents of the film roll directly. Yes, Executive Manager, I'll find a way to develop the film. Did you guys find any sort of photo development room or equipment nearby? Let's search a little before we see what's in that film roll. Mentor, what do you make of this object? For the 8th time, Engdu. I have no idea. If I had the wits bright enough to understand all that lies before me with a single glance like that team leader, I would have passed the royal examinations long ago and secured myself a lucrative position as a court official. But Mentor, hadn't you already passed the royal... Once swung, the sword does not retrace its arc, Engdu, so it is with life. There is no undoing what had already been cut. Thus, it is unnecessary to dwell on what can no longer be undone. There is no after for what has been slashed away. Not for you, Mentor. You not dwell on what can no longer be undone? I misspoke. I did not mean it that way, Engdu. I merely meant to say that I do not wish to recall my past. I am aware. You had told me as much since long ago, whenever you were placed into a position to retrace the past. Mostly at the eateries where you filled your belly on unpaid taps each time you brought down the stone wall before a house by your own erring hand. Those are exactly the kinds of things you should never forget. Ow, my belly! I feel stabbing pain in my belly! This spot. Oh, the very wound you give me afflicts me yet. The one you thought you were only poking me with a scabbard, but yet some cruel turn. It was your sword that ran me through. Mentor, you said it was completely healed and I need not concern myself with it. Those very same words have been repeated at least 80 times. But it still aches every now and then, chiefly when I hear your sharp cutting words that I really don't want to hear. Ah, is that so? Suddenly, Engdu pulled out a sheet of paper and began furiously writing something down. What is this? I have written down the words that I had just said. If hearing my sharp cutting words afflicts you so, then perhaps reading them instead will cause no suffering. Kim's face began to contort like a wet dish towel being wrung dry. I really can't believe this is the same mentor Engdu follows so devotedly. Where's all that dignity and forbearance Engdu said that he had? Young Engdu, there's a matter I would ask thee. Apparently I wasn't the only one who felt that way about him. Pray, speak freely. This may perhaps be a discourteous inquiry, but I do, when speaking to the others of whom I serve, often ornament words with laudation of acceptable degree, and yet... Ah, I understand your concern, Lady Don Quixote. I suppose this is your first time seeing Mentor with his shoulders so unbraced and his bearing so loose. In truth, when I first beheld him, I also wondered whether such a man could truly be a leader worth placing my faith in. However, upon my honor, I assure you that I have never once uttered a falsehood when I spoke of him to you. My respect towards the blades of my own and foes alike, my determination to safeguard what must be protected, even should my arms be torn apart, all of these are undoubtedly the teachings that my mentor has imparted unto me. Truly? Why, if fortune should grant me the opportunity, you may witness Mentor's true self yourself someday. That is to say, if we let ourselves carried by the currents of the river to arrive at such a chance. Engdu gave her prosthetic a casual sweep, smiling sincerely as though she truly believed every word she said. Then leaning closer to Don Quixote, she whispered, Besides, unless I speak with disdained, stern ignorance, there'll be no end to his digging in his heels. I'll ask for your trust, for all is aimed at his benefit. Forsooth, thou hast been burdened with the trials of serving your superior. So that's what it is. I get it now. Oh, hello. Just as I witnessed the budding of this peculiar bond of commiseration and camaraderie between our chivalric friends, the door leading outside was flung open with a loud slam. You have arrived at our target location. It appears that the advance party has already been defeated. Wait, who are these people? Didn't they say there was only a single violator? Oh, crap. It looks like it's too late to talk our way out of this, whatever excuses we come up with. Oh boy, this is not going to go well. The same thing happened last time! When I saw in-court employees, I thought we had the wrong intel, and all of a sudden... Suddenly, flash blinded my vision white. As though I had stared right into a burst of searing light so intense and bright that it made my head swim. Yeah, there's the same pop and... My vision blinded, the only thing I could make out was Ezra's soft murmur. Even that became to a stop as her breathing hushed. Oh. It didn't take long for me to realize what was happening. Oh, what? 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 Seeing it again doesn't exactly warm the heart, wouldn't you say, Engdu? Though Escort may indeed be passing through hard times, this alley was not quite so wretched in form, was it, Mentor? Is that right? Looks much the same to me. This place... Did we just get teleported to Escort? No, Dante. Though it generates a considerable sense of verisimilitude, this is... I think I know what this is. This is a presence. I haven't been able to detect it until now, but somehow it was now surrounding us, saturating every corner of the space where we stood. Ugh. The dreary stone walls, trees bend and coiled in grotesque forms, the sheen of the light, and even the air we breathe, all of them point to a single phenomenon. This is the depth of the fathoms. Fathoms made entirely out of distortion. There are completely different distortions where N-Court employees were just a moment ago, executive manager. This is exactly it! This is what I was trying to explain! Oh! What? 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 Oh, look at them! Holy! They got aura, but their faces are like fucked up. Shinokun? Where Ezra pointed, the people in smart, neat suits had vanished, and in their place, figures clad in blood-stained doppelrobes were approaching us with dragging, uneasy steps. Alright, let's fight first and talk later. Ready, Ingdu? My blade is poised to strike Lady Ezra. And wait, where's the bamboo-headed dude? I'm afraid he has already taken his leave. He said he had no desire to cross blades with the Chinokuns at S-Corp twice. Come on, man, not again. He's a repeat offender, that's for certain. Executive manager? Wherever Kim's gone off to, this is definitely isn't the time to be asking trivial questions. Right, let's do what Ezra says and get ready for battle. On your orders, executive manager. Men, prepare for battle. Okay. Oh, there's a dude hanging? Oh. Oh. Oh! Oh! Incapacitate, bind? Oh! Okay, we're dealing with speed. Avulsion wound. Oh, okay. Okay. Clash head-splitting memory. Gain 1 bind. Gain clash power up, rounded down max 3. Okay. Deal more damage for every bind on target. To cover these, the eyes not be blind. These fabrics using Q-Court singularities fashioned in many forms. Uh-huh. Oh. Oh, what? Okay. And are you the same? No. What? What in the... Trust? Basically, fixes unit speed to 1. Base skills coin power to 0. Oh. Game prisoner transport arrangements. Put on target expired unit. 살피뼈. Oh. What? What in the... Okay. Oh, single target. Okay. Can I yield the flesh? No, I'm not allowed to yield the flesh. One-sided guard. That can go there. Okay. Actually, yeah, no, that can go there. You can... Let's focus on one dude here first. There we go. Okay. Hell yeah, power counter. Wait, no, that's not power counter just yet. It is about to be. Nice. Alright, they're almost staggered here. They're not staggered. Oh, they are! Never mind. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of assist defense. Okay. Okay, if that's the case... you can go there. That can go there, and then... You can go there. And you still want red. Nice. That's not good. That... Okay. But, Sinclair. Sinclair, please. Nice. That's not good. She's fine. How many? There's 10 of these. Okay. Okay, that will go there. You still want red. That will go there. That will go there. Come on, thank you. Nice. Thank you, Ezra. Nice. Not a lot, but it's damage nonetheless. Right, what is this? Unit speed is faster than targets, convert all coins. Oh, but they're slow! They're slow as fuck. They can't do shit. Okay. No, that'll go there. Can you do that? No, I don't wanna do that. That's not okay. That's favored, that's favored. Okay. I think that's overkill. So that'll go there, and that'll go there. Who is... Ah, Engdu is. Okay, if that's the case. That's neutral. Sure. Ooh, stagger. Nice. Why are we directly in Fathoms though? That is my question. Alright, nice. You getting even more poise. Oh, it's gonna take forever to kill everything. It's gonna take forever. This was a terrible choice to make. You don't have that much movement as Yuri just yet. $53. Alright, now compared to Faust. Not much actually. In fact, Dawn did more. Nice. Oh. Come on. Thank you. Oh, this kills. Nice. You want yellow. I don't have yellow for you. Alright, that will go there. This can go here. These will go there. There we go. Come on. Thank you. Ooh. Alright, nice. Alright, nice crits. We got some very nice crits here. Nice. Right, that'll go there, and then... Oh yeah, she kills that, and then... I guess everyone can go here. Yeah! Oh, Buddy Boy's dead. Nice. Nice! They're dead! Oh, it's... that should be all of them. Surveying the area with a measured alert, Engdu casts the blood from her sword with a few sharp flicks before sliding it back to its sheath. Oh, they're not changing back. Doesn't look like being up to the sworded ones reversed them immediately this time around. Perhaps it is a fortunate turn of events, in a way. Let us search for clues while time allows us. Right. You take that side, Engdu. I'll search here. Ezra and Engdu moved about as though they were used to this kind of situation. Without even taking a moment to catch their breath after the battle, they began searching the place. Why is everyone so covered in blood? Pretty... Don Quixote was the first one to voice her doubt in this surreal, unfamiliar situation we found ourselves in. We battled distortions upon our arrival hither, yet never before have I beheld our surroundings change with so sudden a flash. Prithee, I cannot make sense of the situation. Couldst thou render a detailed account of this distortion phenomenon? Apologies. I would appear I overlooked the briefing due to the urgency of this predicament. This is, according to this definition presented by Lady Moses, a location-type distortion. It's basically when a whole space distorts since the places and buildings can't move on their own, the distortion gets fixed in a certain place. As for this one, looks like the distortion's already progressed pretty far along. Middle stage, probably? They usually don't get this big, but this one here is covering almost an entire street. Then those people. They entered the space and caught up in it, and now our job right now is to get to the bottom of the phenomenon. What exactly gets people caught up, and what happens once they're in? Of course, we can't really rule out the possibility of a powerful distortion that's encroaching upon its environment. Oh, by that I mean when a distortion bleeds into the space around it and warps it. Oh man, I'm really talking like your team leader. Rubbed off on me, I guess. Hee. Ezra continued with a sheepish giggle. In any case, we won't be able to suppress or cure the distortion even if we whip these guys' asses 100 times. We need more clues to help us locate the inflection point. Maybe we should examine these people over here too? With a call, Ezra directed our attention to rows of collapsed people all around, all of them clad in dopo robes. And these are the glyph emblazoned on their headbands. Chu. Bespeaks propulsion and pursuit, marks them as Chinokuns. Functionaries charged with scouring and hunting runaway nobis. You hail from the homeland as we do. I am unsurprised that you know of them. I could hardly fail to know, for I too was once enumerated among their quarry. Scientists and technicians were daily being dispossessed of their stations in S-Corp after all. So it was no idle tale. Scientists who apply their craft without flattening S-Corp's coffers are seized with forthwith and made nobis of the corporation. Indeed, I count myself fortunate to have absconded with my friends, afore the brand of Nobi could be impressed upon us otherwise. Nobi, the wretched appellation conferred upon the people of the convenience of those in power. A vile practice and excuse of their power-mongering, nothing more. The so-called taboo hunters of S-Corp operate by much the same anatomy. Does the breaching of taboo summon the hunter, or does the hunter first seize his prey, to thereafter frame the capture with the invented transgression? The powerful still desire to chase a man down, to take possession of this very being and keep him caged. Then they need only decree that he should bear the lot of a nobi, such as what S-Corp has become today. My mentor too is one of the victims of that accursed practice. Then could these people have been sent out to capture your mentor or Isang? Or me perhaps, or none of us. You mean to state that they may be conceptual forms of Chinokuns generated by distortion? That is a plausible conjecture. We're getting nowhere with this clue hunting. With a heavy sigh, Otis pressed her fingers against her brow, as if her head were starting to pound in frustration. To delve further into the matter, it is necessary to determine why the S-Corp and its Chinokuns has appeared as the motive of this phenomenon. Or motif. Considering the course of events we have seen so far, would it not stand to reason that the distortion stains all nearby things with memories most afoul? The presence of Chinokuns suggests a terrible possible correspondence to Izang's memories. Conversely, however, the absence of T-Corp's time collectors weakens that hypothesis. Which in case, the most plausible theory is that this particular distortion could have stemmed from Bamboo-Hatted Kim's or Engdu's memories. Engdu furrowed her brow and fell into thought, as though she could fully grasp the full picture of the problem. I've used a few distortions that show trauma or affect their surroundings, but this one? I'm not getting that pop of inspiration. Can't even guess what distortion wants either. The white flash of light suddenly drowned my vision once again as Ezra clutched her head and cried out with annoyance. If only team leader was here, cracking this whole thing would have been a piece of cake! And we're back. And so this is why you kept asking whether or not we've seen anything bursting with a pop. The N-Corp employees must have had it rough too, being dragged into distortion like this. I mean, what else were we supposed to do? It was self-defense. They're about to attack us. I suppose finding the root cause and taking care of it would be the fastest way forward. Let's just do what we can for now. Okay, first we need to develop the film we found here. We'll head to the nearest dark room and... Now, let's first drag that slippery hat-wearing Colt back here and get him talking about the troll. Ew, pardon me. Talking about the Chinokuns. That's probably our best bet. Every time we take a job, this slacker just slips off without telling anyone! As one part of me watched Ezra stamp her feet in frustration, I was also carefully following Heathcliff's team through the other part of my vision. Oh, I think I can help with that. Have you located him? Huh? What? Boss Clock found something? Yep, I found where Bamboo-Hatted Kim is right now. He went to where the other team is. Okay. I see.
작전 목표 달성. 시체는 회수한 뒤 연구 부서에 인계하겠다.
Film. Film. Okay, we are changing the team. As much as I want to get the extra stuff, it needs to... Oh! Everyone's here! Everyone's here! Ah! Alright, okay. I could bring you, but I think bringing the Lord of Hongyuan would be better. And you can be Night Owls. Right? Yes. Then you... Clear selection. Support. Meursault.
군주가 나선다.
의로움을 세우고
화점을
자유로운
대상 확인했어.
가시죠. 화투패 1패 의뢰인.
부름이라면 드디어
There we go.
마침내.
Meanwhile, Heathcliff's team. Oh! Bloody hell, what's up with these gits? They're showing up out of nowhere. How should I know? But judging by their getup, it seemed like escort fellas. And things were going so well, we could have just talked out with the fedora guys who were rummaging around the place earlier, you know? But no, you just had to go barking at them first. Would have saved a whole lot of trouble if you had him, right? Oh, so it's my fault? Those bastards look like they were nicking stuff. This is our contract area, ain't it? If they walked off with something important, we'd be the ones catching hell. Listen, bud, not everyone's itching to swipe hair coupons into their pockets the second they get the chance. Oh, for how many bloody months are you gonna milk that? Chogiyo. Excuse me. Well, you got a problem too, mate? No, not at all. Just wondering whether that gentleman over there is also one of our enemies. Huh? Is that the end of our troop performance? Shame. I was really enjoying watching you folks dance. Might have mistaken this place for Peach Blossom Land of Legends. Had to bring a cup of fine makgeolli to go with it. Yeah, that's an enemy, alright. Has a name tag though. I think it says some LCD? LCD or whatever, give me a... Who gives a toss? Am I supposed to put up with every single bastard having a dig at me? Oh dear. Such bold swings. I didn't know there was an encore to the performance. Ha! You slippery little rat. Well, I do find this amusing enough, but if you tend to play with me, you ought to be more aware of your surroundings. Oh, behind you, there's... Wow, you took all those doppel-wearing people with just a single strike. I say that about covers the price of admittance for your troop circus, wouldn't you? Well then. I think the rest of you folks, Wandering Blades and Wormtails, never linger on the stage for long after all. Oi, where do you think you're going? Ah, damn it. Kilson guys, leaves. Oh, views, okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. Alright. Let's see, you go here. And you go there. Wait, you go there, you can do that. You want red? That's not good. Go, my Heisho pack. Nice. Alright, second skill 3. Nice. That's not good. Thank you. Much better. Get him, Ryoshu. Fuck him up. Come on, nice. Oh, come on. Thank you. Alright, nice. Clear. That will go there. This can go here. You want red. This can go here, but this can also go here. And then... Nice. There we go.
시비수에게 명한다. 이 앞에 숨쉬는 자, 누구 하나 살려보내지 마라.
Oh, come on. Alright, nice. Gotta love having no SP. No sanity. Alright. But you go here now. And you can do this. And then... Is this enough for... Yes, yes it is. Hell yeah. You still want red. Kinda done that PM made a heat ego to cost 5 versus 3 when Bladeland Salt and has the power of a wall. Wait, really? I heard that was good, but I didn't know it was this good. Kinda sucks that it rolled tails for both ends, but I think it's fine. That's tails. Okay. Oh, okay. Ooh. Nice. Might as well be a wall with the amount of crap it does. Oh! Whoa! Oh! What? When using the skill of identical rank to the skill photograph, clash power -5. Oh. Oh, interesting. Oh! Okay. Oh yeah, it also gives him aura. Right, this. Less SP, yeah. Flash power on every poison self. Bring to the fallen. Give him points for every stack. It's 2 points for every stack instead. It's Bladeland. Bladeland Mental Meursault deals 200 damage against the main target instead? What? What? Huh? Okay, what's the passive? Inflict. Okay, yeah, I knew about this one. An ally is defeated, gain. Okay. An ally defeated on the Bladeland, drink 2. The unit has drink to fall into resentment stage. Heal HP by. Oh! Min max speed +2. Gaze resembles scabbard. Okay. Okay, lose poison self, divide by 2, clash power, round it down. Oh! Whoa! Okay. That's a lot of things. Like a lot. Holy crap. Actually, should I? I could do that. I could kill him. Come on, give me struggling with clay in my bones. Alright, nice. Okay. Okay. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Okay, I see you. I see that. Okay. I see. I understand now. It basically buffs Bladeland Meursault by a lot. It buffs him without needing to actually change the stats of the character. You just gave more benefits to him. Honestly, I like that route. I like that route where you don't really... Where if you really don't want to change the... how the identity works like base, give them an ego that like goes with them. He gives a new ID. Yeah, exactly. Breathes new life into older IDs. That's very nice. That's very good. Also, this is gonna be fucking overkill. Goodbye. Oh, it's a red room. So let me get this straight. Dude was here just a minute ago and nobody knows where he wandered off to. Yeah, bloke just turned up out of nowhere, flapped his gums, and a runner before anyone else could grab him. Ezra let out a long, listless sigh as though she was getting sick and tired of even complaining about Kim. Lady Ezra, I cannot say your frustration is misplaced, yet I trust you are also aware that more often than not, Mentor's actions have carried a profound design. He has never left his post without purpose so far. No, I get it, okay, but come on, would it kill him to give us a heads up before he goes zooming off on his own again? It's not like we stop him. What are we gonna do? Tie him up? Lock him into a closet? We don't do that in our team, right? Remember last time? We all thought he was gonna be a good patient and sleeping it off in the recovery room. But nope! When the LCE got infiltrated, he snuck out without telling anyone and came back like nothing happened! And the team leader didn't even chew him out for that. Lady Ezra, that's... Oopsie! Wasn't supposed to mention that, was I? And the reason it failed to participate in the operation was simply because the LCD was lax in supervising its personnel. Is that what you're suggesting? Lady Moses bade us to hold our tongues for this very reason. She knew full well Mentor's intentions would be misunderstood in precisely such a manner. In what part of this have I misunderstood? Did you not just disclose that the man deserted his post without authorization? That's the thing! He wasn't just wandering around. He was outside all alone taking out the ring automaticans who locked down the elevator that leads into the LCE department. It's not like he was dealing with the strongest enemy out there, but the recovery ward didn't have an emergency alarm, and nobody from the department was there to warn him either. He just somehow caught on and did the job himself. Huh. Heard it's all thanks to him that the facilities managed to get the contact gum and contact the LCA chief dude way faster. And that helped the LCA to actually deploy. They would have been delayed for another hour or two if he hadn't stepped in, apparently. And then he went fighting even though he still wasn't fully recovered. So he came back looking like he'd been processed through a meat grinder. So yeah, he did end up staying in bed like a good patient, in a lot of pain. The soldier is not entirely deserving of reproach. Nope, he's a less talking, more doing type, I guess. Anyway, we're all stuck inside the building back then during the incident, so fine, I suppose there was no helping it. Today, though... Never mind, it's always like this with him. He always slips away and pops back in saying it's done. My point is, what happens one day when one of those solo missions don't go his way and he just drops dead in the street somewhere? How are we supposed to help him then? Actually, how does he even know what's supposed to be done in the first place when nobody gave him any instructions? Bloke's gotta be relying on his gut feeling, innit? Gut feeling? Look, I only saw the bloke for a bit, but so I can't say I've got him all figured out. He's an annoying bastard, but he didn't strike me as some clueless sod that doesn't know where he's stepping. Equally scratched at his chin, then kept talking as though he was stating an obvious fact. Today's proof's enough. He's not one of us, so Clockhead couldn't have reached him that far and sent him to back us up. There's no way he just happened to run to us when we were about to get into battle, innit? Then, well, could be bloke's got some superly sharp head on him, piece things together. Could be that. Well, then I've got these moments when I get a flash of that gut feeling, however you want to call it. My bossman, Matthew, said I could hear that kind of shite too. He said I could hear them gears turning, or I think I hear rats scurrying about. Either things that you couldn't make heads or tails of. Listen, there was this one time when we were expecting a life and death fight. Matthew says he could hear them gears turning. Walks into a random pub and starts throwing back drinks like he lost his bloody mind. That does sound like someone who's lost his bloody mind. Back when I was on the ship, some sailors used to drink the barrel dry before battling whales to blunt their fear, only to stumble around on the deck and fall overboard. Yeah, boss could knock it back like a whale. Still, the point is getting plastered right before a turf war is not what most sane people would call a good idea. He had all his crossed, so we went stomping after him. And guess what? Turns out that pub was the secret hideout where the opposing syndicate was holed up. They were crowded around the gaffer, running their mouths about how they'd kill him and put an end to the dead rabbits. That's when we came storming in and had them surrounded instead. Not a single one of them got away. We beat them bloody, every last bastard, and boss knew it had played out that way. Sorry, but this really sounds like Barstool bragging to me. Are you sure it just wasn't a coincidence? I should think it was no mere chance. If you are saying as much, then surely this was one among many such coincidences, is that so not? Yup, every time Matthew pulled one of those stunts, our lot ended up growing a lot bigger. Wouldn't have kept working so neatly if it were a coincidence. It is likely what is often referred to as indeed an instinctive sense or experience-based precognition. More accurately, an unconscious process by which information accumulated in the subconscious is sorted and converted into sensible conclusions. There have been extremely rare cases in which Heathcliff has demonstrated the ability to arrive at coherent conclusions that surprise even Faust. On further analysis, it would appear that he was employing a mechanism similar to a sixth sense, as some people call it. Is that a compliment, or are you taking the piss out of me? Though my mentor does not see fit to explain each step he takes, when all has passed, I often find that no footfall was taken in vain. I would ask of you, grant him but a little time and wait. Keep waiting, and the shape of his intent may yet become clear. Though I confess, I have also been concerned of him as of late. His recent silence is far heavier than what I have noticed in the past. To wait. Don't get to began, hesitated, then stopped herself from saying more. She only gave a quiet nod. Yeah, okay, I suppose our team leader has their own reasons for letting him be. That said, doesn't mean I'm happy about it. Let us return to the task at hand and do what we can for now. Fine. As the others quieted down, I finally had the room to notice the place we find ourselves in. There wasn't a single ray of light, only a deep red hue pressing in from every side. I can't believe we've been chatting away in the dark this whole time, fellas, and the red lights aren't helping at all, especially with my Asian eyes. Oh, are you looking for a light switch? It's right here. And right then, don't turn on the light. I heard Meursault's clipped warning, his voice coming from a corner I didn't expect to find. Meursault? Where are you? Ah, there he is, in the corner. Is he washing something? I am developing the film roll, manager. Exposure to light might ruin the entire roll. Please exercise caution. So he's been doing his own thing. That explains why it was quiet all along. Huh. Didn't know you know how to print photographs, pal. What's that for anyway? You expressed the wish to have the film developed, manager. I'm carrying out that instruction. I see. A photo studio first, and now a darkroom. This may be no more than a conjecture, but it would not be unreasonable to suppose that the axis of this distortion rests upon a photographer. The film's serial numbers either match those found in the photo studio or deviate by only a single digit. It is certain that this darkroom is connected to the studio in some way. The images bear a striking resemblance to these photographs. I also believe this building and the photo studio share a strong connection. Oh, where'd you get these photos? I brought some from the photo studio. I cannot name the locations in the picture with certainty, yet they all appear to have been taken at various places in N-Corp's districts, buildings mostly. Hey! Wait, I know what these are! People take pictures like these when they're supplying stuff to that department store! Correct. The photos must have been taken by a docugrapher. Meursault trained in holding up an odd cylindrical container in his hand this time. He gave the container a shake every now and then with measured rhythm. Whatever he was doing seemed to be a part of the process of developing the film. Film rolls are hardly affordable for the average resident in N-Corp. In most cases, taking photographs is done as part of a professional duties. There is approximately 21 occupations in District 14 that utilize photography. However, a single profession involves routinely photographing specific buildings, adhering to fixed standards that can be observed in these pictures. And these docugraphers you mentioned are the people entrusted with that job? Yes, they photograph the information to be poured into canned experience. A docugrapher. How could a person with such decently lucrative position fall into distortion? Decent job, maybe, but how do we know they're a decent person? Ezra replied with a clear-cut answer after only a brief pause. What makes you say that? The photo studio we were at didn't have any darkrooms, right? No, it didn't. My team later said that there are other ways of processing film rolls, but in N-Corp you have to go a darkroom to develop and print them. Correct. Film rolls are usually immersed in a deeper developer solution to be processed. Which is why photo studios have these darkrooms equipped with red safe lights right next to them. But this place is pretty far from the photo studio. Huh. Yeah, now that I mention it. Check out these windows. They're only covered by newspapers, all messy like. If you consider how sensitive film rolls are to light, it's really super suspicious that this darkroom doesn't have any proper blackout panels. You know how films can cost a fortune in some places in the city, right? Who in their right mind would print photos in a room patched up with yesterday's newspaper? Oh. This probably isn't even a legit darkroom. Somebody just hauled the bare minimum tools needed to develop film and threw them together in a hurry. Someone who didn't want to see scenes printing photos, and people don't usually avoid scrutiny unless they're doing something not so decent. If that's the case, then I see why they might have distorted. Right? Manager. Meursault came to my side quietly, still giving the strange cylinder the occasional shake. I have a request regarding your instruction to develop this film roll. What is it? Please ensure that the light in this room is not turned on until development is complete. Aren't we already doing that? Yes, however, engaging in battle opens the door to uncontrollable variables. This is why I have judged it necessary to make a separate request. Battle? There's no need for concern. I am capable of participating in combat while maintaining the development process. Wait. Can you slow down? Battle, you say? Surely there must be cause for you to believe so. At the photo studio, reinforcements arrived exactly 11 minutes and 34 seconds after N-Corp's pin frame team staff were defeated. Deductions based on the events thus far make it clear that the photo studio and this darkroom share a kind of connection. Furthermore, Sinner Heathcliff, Sinner Honglu, and Soren Gregor have battled N-Corp's pin frame team in this very location. I hear footsteps rushing up the staircase, approaching closer and closer. I have a feeling now I know what Meursault's getting at, but I ask anyway. Meaning... The initial rinse is finished. The process now halfway, and the completion of the second agitation indicates that 11 minutes and 30 seconds have elapsed since the first start of development. The battle... shoot! The battle is imminent. Please withdraw to a safe position, manager. Meursault, you... You should have warned us way earlier. Understood, manager. I will follow instructions going forward. You should have told us earlier. You tell us now? Oh. This guy, man. This guy. Photos. After the battle, dear. It's not even a combat node. It's just after the battle. Something sits ill with me. Amid the sprawl of Escort's backstreet distorted with flash, Ingdu had her gaze fixed somewhere high overhead. At the end of her gaze, are those photographs? A long line stretched across open air, photographs hanging like laundry clipped to a clothesline. I mistook it for a... Kumjul? Yeah, Kumjul at first and gave it a little attention. Yet upon closer look, I saw those pictures hanging from the line. Perhaps they had been strung within the dark room and remained thus when the distortion took hold. Bizarre. Observation of unaffected elements in the space occupied a location type distortion is most irregular. Indeed, the items we bore from the studio have already changed into various sites of S-Corp, yet these alone remain as they were. Let's take them down and check them ourselves. Just as I was wondering if the line was perhaps too high for me to reach, Meursault stepped forward and plucked a few photos off of it. In an instant, he brought them to me. We heard another pop and a bright white flash blinded my vision for a moment. Good grief. The distortion likes to change his mind, huh? Keeps switching between S-Corp and N-Corp. This feels like getting caught in a flashbang detonation. My whole body senses up, then goes slack right after. The other sinners who were busy grumbling about the distortion and sudden jumps, except for Meursault, who stood right in front of me with the photos still held out in his hand. Oh, you didn't drop them? No. He gave his usual short answer, then returned his attention to the cylinder he had been shaking. He took the film out of the container and flicked the liquid off with clean, controlled motions. Is the processing finally done? Wait, we're back here with the lights on now. Is it okay to take the film out? Yes. Exposure to light will not damage the film once development is complete and the image is fixed. There is no cause for concern. That's a relief. I couldn't say I followed all the technical details, but no cause for concern was all I need to hear. Sighing relief, I held up the photograph so I could take a proper look. So, see anything odd in there, Manager Bud? There are people in them. Ah! Hello. Wilted bouquet of flowers, a person... unfocused in the background, a baker, jeering scientists. The people in the photographs all look different from one another. If I had to pick one similarity between them though, they all looked cold and indifferent. Yeah, that's the city, alright. Ordinary folks you'd see anywhere. These aren't like the photos we picked up at the studio earlier. Or are these the kind of photographs they used to make canned experiences? What was that? The scenery around us seemed to just ripple just now. I was about to ask Faust if she also felt the strange sensation, but it faded away soon enough. Perhaps it's nothing serious. Maybe it's just a spell of random vertigo? Is it possible to get dizzy with got a clock over our head? No. Meursault must have noticed I was out of sorts for a moment, because he seemed to pause on purpose before answering my question. No? I thought you said docugraphers take these photos to put into canned experiences. Raw ingredients for canned experience are handled exclusively by the Grand Magazine Sci-Fi. Oh, Sci-Fi? Sisyphe? Sci-Fi? There is no known method for external parties to access them. Sisyphe? Yeah, Sisyphe, what? Oh, I think I've heard of it. Canned experiences, right? They're in high demand in other districts too, but the only brand stamped them is Grand Magazine Sisyphe. Same name every time. I remember some of my classmates bragging about trying them whenever the exam weeks came around. Never had one myself though. Can't really explain it, but something about them just feels kind of wrong. It's not popular, huh? The unprocessed base content of canned experience, known as experience matter, is applied to reprocessing factories where docugraphers fine-tune the experience's details. Photographs are primarily used for that purpose. They can fine-tune experience? An easier example for understanding what would be to consider why docugraphers take pictures of subjects such as buildings. A purchaser may wish to experience living in a luxurious building that can never afford. Another may wish to vent out impulses of violent experiencing the burning of an expensive property. Demand for a hate couture can experience is increasing by the day. That's why the photos from earlier were all fancy buildings. Yes, manager. Conversely, information concerning ordinary experience that can be easily encountered is, in reality, is in low demand. Then why photograph these residents at all? Perhaps these were not images harvested for the commodity value, but pure photography in and itself. May they have been captured for a desire to seize a vanishing instant through a lens. There are people who take photographs knowing that it would cost an exorbitant sum. I have seen of some before. A staggering amount of money just to take a single photo. That is, if they could manage to find a photographer who would take the risk and help them take the picture. I'm not so crass as to put a price on sentiment and nostalgia, but spending this much money on film rolls, what could have made this investment worth it? I'd say maybe this isn't a matter of sentiments or memories even. Leafing through photographs, I quietly express my thoughts. Executive manager? I'm not exactly an authority on distortions, but I know they manifest through desires or emotions that become warped in bizarre ways. But everything in the distortion has shown us so far points back to S-Corp. That is, the S-Corp from the past that only Kim and Engdu would have seen and remembered. These photos, though, they're completely untouched by distortion. Doesn't that feel off? There must have been a strong fixation at play here, strong enough to slip past even a distortion. Even the obsession is something that refuses to let these memories be influenced. I think our next step should be to look for these people in these photos. These photographs are the only undistorted, unaltered clues we have. Nada says it would be advisable to locate the people shown in these photographs. Ooh, good idea. Team leader said that we should accept input from the LCB team with open arms. Hey, Engdu! Can you get me the office catalog? We probably need to commission an office affiliated with 7 Association. Let's look for one that can take the request right away. Does someone tell Ezra we're fine? I think we know where to find these people. And it says one of these people shown in the photos has already been found. What? When? How? Well, I guess I'm having a lucky day. I pulled up the radio from my wrist and switched it on without entering Ezra's question. DWRC. I think she said, do we regroup clock? That one was especially hard to understand, Ryoshu. Roja's with you, right? Can you put her on? Okay. Roja, you there? Dante wants to talk? One sec. I kinda went overboard with the bread and pastries. My hands are completely full over here. Pastries? What kind? Just one of everything. Neat. Can you grab extra brioche and brackets for me too? I love the ones from that street. They're so good. Hold on, I gotta reach just a pile if I wanna. Let's throw them on to you after packaged. Ryoshu, you can't treat food like that, okay? bakers have feelings too, you know? How would you think the baker would feel if they knew someone was treating their precious babies like trash? The scabber is rattling again for no reason. Anyways, Dante, can you give me a sec if you need me to fight? I just need to cram these into my pockets real quick. No, it's not a fight. Huh? What's this about? I took a closer look at the words written on the wicker basket in the first photograph Meursault had brought me. Where's the bakery you're at? Ah, it kinda comes together. It's all coming together. Alrighty, I only have 225. And how many? Wait, that's 21? What? Wait. Why is this so long? Wait. Oh wait, no, that's not it. 9.5-15? Whoa. Wait, what? 9.5-14. Oh, it just continues. Oh, okay. Cool. We'll take a pause right here. I need to get more water. I need to stretch my legs. And we'll continue a little bit more. Right? So let's go a little break. About like 5 minutes-ish. 5 minutes. So I'll be right back, alright? Sit tight. Hello, hello, hello. I'm back. Hello, hello. Got my boricha with ice in it. And I'm ready to continue Mnestic experience or Mnestic. Bread Queen! Oh, she looks so nice. She's a pleasant lady. Ah, I know who you're looking for. The owner of the bakery was a woman holding the same wicker basket in the one in the photograph. She took one glance at the picture I held up for her and gave a quick nod. This man... He works in Cannery 17 right next. He's a regular. He used to drop by every morning to buy sandwiches to share with his co-workers. Haven't seen him around lately though. And those co-workers, I assume they were wearing the same uniform. Asking the question on my behalf, Otis showed the baker another photograph. Probably. He was always wearing one. I guess it's a cannery uniform. This confirms our lead, executive manager. A few inquiries at the cannery should bring us to the information we need. Yeah, you're right, but... It's just that she doesn't seem very concerned at all. She's one of the people in the photographs that weren't affected by a distortion, right? Though she'd be a close acquaintance. Allow me to verify, executive manager. Do you know the name of this regular you spoke of? His name? How am I supposed to know that? Though I wasn't expecting her to actually know his name, the apathy evident in her voice gave me pause. I took a photo of you. Wouldn't it be reasonable to assume that you are well acquainted with him? Oh, that. The baker's demeanor changed when Otis pressed the point. She gave a strange, unsettling smile before pulling something from my apron pocket. A thin and round can-like object. He said he'd give me 5 of these can experiences for free if I'd let him take my picture. He then said he'd throw in the docugraph of the building of my choice. He docugraphs buildings, right? I hear he even takes work trips to the Nest every now and then. So I asked him to get me a docker of this lovely mansion I saw by the Nest suburbs. I know I'll never get to afford such a beautiful place like that, but this way I could at least experience what it's like. And gosh, it was everything I ever hoped for. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but there was a distinct eeriness to that dreamy, blissful smile on the baker's face that sent a chill down my spine. Young Meursault, these can experiences truly possess such marvels to unpluck all semblance of reason from one's accountant? They maintain high demand across the cities. District 14's only one of several markets. Does that mean that those indulgent can experience may experience venturing on an expedition to the Great Lake and bungee jumping off the summit of that skyscraper yonder as they remain seated as they were? They may, however. Oh, I imagine can't allowing one to pursue any dream the heart may conceive. Really, confess mine own soul is much tempted. It differs from pursuing a dream. Yeah, it's that face again. What? Keep your pearly whites in there, my dude. Mass-produced canned experiences are made from base experience matter mixed with various modified information. The resulting end product enables intense simulation through altered memory. Therefore, it is unlike the dream as expressed by Don Quixote. A piece of memory refined along the numerous processing stages of the cannery's production lines is not equivalent to genuine experience, meaning the usage of experience in her previous statement must also be amended. Memory is altered for intense simulation. That does sound quite shady. How doth this cast a shade on the boons granted by the can? Adventures and tales are forsooth inclined toward a little grandeur. It's because the memories provided by can experience are extremely vivid. Statistics have shown that the users of cans interpret it as authentic experiences and become dependent on them. It is possible that one of the information of dependence patterns is that can experiences allow one to feel as though one has achieved a dream that is in reality impossible. Art thou implying that the users are made content with devouring forged dreams stored in instant-use cans? Where still, the user may no longer strive to chase dreams in the waking world, where the sweeter and more splendidly a dream is embellished, the more impossible it will appear to be grasped with one hand. To become a cause for surrender instead of inciting one to march forth. Verily, doth it not annul the significance of dreaming itself, if that resultant dream rouseth not the spirit to gallop towards it? Whether that annuls the significance, I cannot know, but they sell well. So, how much will you be buying? By what? You came in barging with all these questions. I was patient enough to answer them politely, wasn't I? Don't you think you owe me a sale or two? You're not about to leave without buying a single loaf after crowding out my bakery and scaring off my customers, are you? Her case was on point, actually, with our whole group gathered about. The passerbys gave us a wide berth and hurried on, whispering among themselves. Nobody was about to come in and buy bread like that. Come on, lady, I practically cleared your shelf already, didn't I? You did? Where the hell are you keeping all that then? Do you even gotta ask? Of course I had some already, and the race is safely tucked in my coat pocket so we can all share later. So you already ate some. Let's buy a little more. It's true that we scared off the other customers. Understood. Given that the expenses made to facilitate this operation, the lack of prior budgeting should not pose a problem. Oh, nice! Sesame rice bun for me, please. I particularly like chapsite though. It was Kim. He really did have a knack for making an entrance in at the least expected moments. Hey, mister! Where have you been all this whole time? Wait. Huh? Be cross with me all you like, but just give me a moment. Ezra paused, waiting in puzzled anticipation. Only for Kim to take a sesame rice bun from the baker's hands and chomp into it. Alright, I'm ready. Where's the bread? Ezra's angry fist drew straight into Kim's solar plexus, folding him into the ground like crumpled sack of potatoes as he rolled away. At this rate, the owner might start charging us for the whole bakery next, roof and all. Best get away from here. Manager, Meursault approached me as we walked down the street, with Ezra and Kim still squabbling behind us. He was holding a roll of something brown and tightly coiled. I have completed development of the film, per your instruction. Oh, so this is the film in the canister that they were shaking. Do I just unroll it? Hold it up against the sun or other sources of light. As it is a reversal film, the image should be visible as they were photographed. I have no idea what a reversal film meant, but I did as he said and unrolled the film. Okay, I can see it. Huh, that's pretty cool. Oh, is it showing? Can I see too? Move over a bit, let me have a look too. It was hard to make out the details because the images were too small, but I could still tell the strip was packed with almost identical pictures. Is this the same person in every shot? And the same pose in all of them? Huh? You're right. No, wait a second. See the arm there? The further along the strip you go, the lower it gets. Yeah, and the head looked like it's turning to the right. Huh? We're all squinting up at the tiny frames on the film, and Sinclair suddenly flinched and went stiff like he'd seen something that he shouldn't have. A second later, all color drained out of his face. Sinclair? What's the matter? This reminds me of something I learned in school. You draw a picture in the corner of a stack of notes in a very thick book, in the exact same spot every page. Start arms down. You make one small change on each page, notice the arms higher and higher until they're raised all the way up. When you flip through the pages fast enough, the drawings stop looking like separate images. The still figure starts moving. The class was called Introduction to Motion Pictures. I remember the teacher saying that video footage we watch are made in the same way. Are you saying that it's a continuous sequence of still images? The arrangement of the frames suggests that this film strip is highly likely to constitute footage, a violation of N-Corp's taboo. Oh! Right, you can't record! You can take pictures, you can't record! Oh! Oh no! We should be fine. It's fine. We're fine. We should be fine. Oh crap! As soon as I registered Meursault's word, my hand reflexively threw the film to the ground. Are we gonna be okay? We might have broken a taboo. My mind began to race, rapidly traveling back through our journey, specifically to the time when Don Quixote had smashed that window at K-Corp, causing the wind to wipe out our team multiple times over. I felt faint. At least I had Virgilus back then, and ended up not being that big of a deal at the end of the day since I could revive the sinners, but some nest taboos can get us in serious trouble just for carrying anything that has to do with them, can't they? I hurriedly turned towards sinners, many of whom looked little bit every bit troubled as I felt. Still, a few of them expressed casual lack of concern, citing all the crazy things we've gone through so far. Miss Faust, what will happen to us if this gets the manager killed? Okay. This is it, huh? Stop freaking out, guys. We're not dying. We'll be fine. Incor's not gonna kill you on the spot just for possessing a film roll. Really? Well, it might be a problem if the film roll does contain genuine recorded footage, but it's not like you guys had a hand at filming it, right? When the N-Corp dudes get here to pick it up, just comply with the commands and thank them for the service, and nicely hand it over to the authorities, and everything should be A-okay. There is a possibility that everything will not be okay. Huh? Because I developed the contents of that film roll in that dark room. Oh. The court would take the lack of intentionality into consideration. However, it's very likely that my actions will be deemed as aiding the primary violator of taboo. Really? But... Team leaders at N-Corp has their own regulatory standards regarding image quality, which they use to determine the severity of the taboo violation. If the footage's image quality or frame rate is within regulations, N-Corp will be seeking to fix this on our butts right away. That could buy us time or give us our company some leverage to make a deal, however small it might be. Because what they're really sniffing around is for how close to reality the video is, or how close of an experience it provides to real life. So if we're really, really unlucky, they actually come for us, it's going to be fine as long as the footage is low fidelity. Probably. So what exactly does frame rate within regulations entail? It means that the interval between each frame should be like super brief. Think about photo slideshows. They only show you one image every few seconds, so it doesn't feel real or vivid, right? You technically call them motion pictures, but there's no vividness required to violate their taboo. Then let us analyze this film roll and see how vivid it actually is. Meursault, I trust that you are knowledgeable in subjects concerning N-Corp, yes? Cooperate. Could this film roll be considered a violation of the taboo? Otis picked up the film from the ground and showed it to Meursault. That cannot be determined, unless each frame is thoroughly analyzed and compared with adjacent. Without waiting for Meursault to finish, Otis unrolled the film roll and raised it against the sky. The rest of you, get over here, we must analyze these frames. The film counter was labeled experiment, so I assumed the culprit had created this as a test run of sorts. An experiment to see how close they can get to violating a taboo, and testing the limits of the law, maybe even be a mere collection of similar photographs that are pretending to be recorded footage. The sinners all gather around Otis and look up to the unrolled film in unison. Here. The flower pot moves between frames, doesn't it? The docu-gaffer couldn't possibly move the pot while also holding down the shutter button. I don't see any difference. See here, the expression risen on the subject's visage appears rather stiff. Maybe there's a gloomy sort. Perhaps, yet observe closer, the stiffness arises not from gloom but the strain to maintain it. Oh, if that's the case, maybe the subject really is trying to fake an actual footage by moving very, very slowly. That's a pretty convincing theory, but I'm not sure if that's enough to conclude what we're in the clear just yet. That's when Bamboo had a Kim, who had been sprawled onto the ground ever since Ezra punched him, stepped into the conversation. Boja. Looks at the window cast on the windowsill. See how it notably shifts between each frame? Whoever made this knows their craft for sure, but I can't imagine a backstreet's dweller would have any way to mess with the sun's trajectory. The likely scenario must be that the creator of this film deliberately made its subject move very slowly from frame to frame, creating a series of disconnected photos that, when placed sequentially, would look like footage that violates the taboo. In which case, this film does not violate Nest's taboo. Correct? This is highly probable. So he says, Executive Manager, we should be in the clear for now, at least in regards to aiding the violation of a wing's taboo. Phew. But if he was willing to go through that much trouble just to test N-Corp's patience, it is hard to believe that he had stopped here. Based on all available evidence, Executive Manager, it seems reasonable to conclude that the inflection point in the case is the taboo violator on the run. Oh, but what motive would they have to do that? Sure, working for a wing subsidiary has nothing on being an actual wing employee, but it's still pretty up there when it comes to careers available in the backstreets. Working for a subsidiary long enough, you might even get transferred to a factory job at a Nest. That gives you a pretty okay chance of a better life, so... Maybe he was just tired of living that kind of life. Everyone has one of those days, don't they? The sudden feeling that you could be doing more than live the rest of your life in a 9-to-5 hell. The drive to do something that takes you away from the pressure of trying to make a life. Something about what Ishmael said must have tickled Bamboo Head Kim, because he suddenly whipped around toward her and shook his head. Maybe, but how many of those people do you think are capable of throwing away everything they built on a whim? From what I've seen, maybe our culprit likes to play with fire. Play with fire? Yeah, must have started by doing something that technically doesn't count as a taboo and inched on and on until he brushed willingly close to one. One thrilling shot through his camera and another with the next. Until eventually he ended up recording actual footage. Cool, then that leads to the question of what the heck is he trying to do with it? Must have been trying to screen it using a projector for all of this part to the backstreets to see. But what? But wouldn't that make everyone here, even those who unwittingly came across the projection? Right on. It had to make those folks violators of the taboo. But why would anyone? So would you care to explain how you know that, Mr. Bread Brain? Why is around on the opposite street? And apparently some guy's been going around asking the workshop if they can make him a projector. Seemed like most of them turned him down, but they also said that he stopped showing up after a certain point. Fair to guess he got his hands on a projector somehow. Alas, it is not a taboo of N-Court to view recorded videos. If you tell them, why would any insane mind? Well, it ain't a taboo if you only made a projector in it. Backstreet blokes are down for anything as long as they're coin. Huh, so how do we track this guy down? Multiple individuals in this same garbage pin frame team has been identified in the vicinity. They're all carrying the same briefcase. Oh, well, isn't that convenient? Maybe we can play it play this like a festival or a convention and just tell people who just look like they're involved with what we're looking for, so they'll lead us to wherever we need to go. Indeed, at architecture conventions, there'll be those in formal plaid shirts and suspenders milling about, and you always trust them to lead me to the convention venue. Uh-huh. And was it common for these plaid shirt fellas to look around as they're scanning the area? Did they also go around checking people against photographs? Or collect evidence? Please advise for... They also radioed each other, glaring at people like they're glaring at... Huh? Perhaps you could answer that series of queries yourself. Nope. This crowd sure don't look like they're gonna let us follow them. Look at these dudes. Look at these dudes. Alright. Alright. Let's get this show on the road. Alright, you go there. You also go there. Oh. Okay. Okay. So then that can go there. You can do that. This can go here. That can go there. And these can go here while that goes there. Come on, thank you. Very good. Go, Engdu. I believe in you.
이 순간이 다 되어내리라.
A little extra damage. Triple tails, really? You have to roll. Oh my god. They couldn't roll heads even if they wanted to. Alrighty. Same rank? Steel plate slam. That's one. Alright, that'll go there, that'll go there. That can go there. We do one of these. More sanity, please. Thank you. Nice. Go, Engdu. I believe in you. Thank you, Engdu. Ooh, dude staggered.
모든 결과들은 하우스트가 알아요.
Nice, nice, nice.
검도 확보. 간단히 포기하지 마.
Oh, nice.
이 순간이 닿아도 베어내리라.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Please. Thank you. Alright, now Riensang cleans it off. Thank you.
그댄 선택받았으니 마비 교환.
Nice, there's a ton of them. You go here. You can go there. You can also go there. Everyone else. Can go here actually.
당신 짝패군요.
Come on, Faust. Thank you.
틈을 끊어. 바로 무용하군요.
Nice.
네 상대는 나야. 대전
Nice. Alright, things are dying. 1 HP. One singular HP. Okay. I see. Go, my Meursault. Kill. And you want red. I don't have red for you. Here, take yellow.
그대는 어디까지 각오했을지.
무용하군요.
Nice. Nice.
목을 떨궈주마. 넌 푸름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나.
Get him, Ezra. Fuck him up.
나가리판이네. 다음.
Go, my Meursault.
마월 참아.
Heads. Nice.
일곱. 앞으로 둘.
Alright, Europe. Gonna do this, and then you can go here. There we go.
선택하기 전에 되겠다.
무용하군요. 이 순간이 닿아도 베어내리라.
Let's go, Ryoshu. Kill every last one of them, thank you.
그 슬픈 눈 유쾌하게 여기 심장이. 잠깐쯤.
Thank you, Ezra. Haha, Rienzong doesn't get to do Furioso replica. Haha.
오늘 부끄럽지 않았습니다. 의를 바로 세우는 데 일조하였으니 내일은 더 떳떳이 살아갈 수
Ooh,
있겠군요.
that's a third of the way. What's over here? Oh, more S-Corp. Interesting. There we go.
내 명을 들은 시비수 결집이다.
Oh, it's just fight? Okay. Just gotta make sure everything is in correct position. That can go there, that can go there. Alright. Yep, nice. We win these clashes. Can you please? Thank you. Ish. Thank you. That's not good. Oh, never mind, she's fine. That's not good, however. Okay. Come on. Come on. Thank you. No. You want this guy. Okay. Where are you? Okay. Oh, we just rolled. Oh, we just bind, that's why. If that's the case, that can go there. This will go here. That can go there. And that'll be like that. Stagger him, Ezra. You go, girl. I believe in you. Nice. That is 3 pairs. Go, my Heisho pack. Nice. Nice stagger. Hell yeah. That's not okay. Alright. Oh wait, that paralyzed. Doesn't that? Oh, it's still dominating. God. Oh wait, paralyze helps him out in this case. That is unfortunate. Unfortunate indeed. That can go there, this can go here. You still want yellow. That can go there.
당신 짝패군요.
Come on, Faust. Thank you. Nice. Alright. We win that. Even though I don't want to, that's fine.
이 순간이 다 되었느니라.
Turn 4, there's 12, there's 4 here, oh, there's 6 here, so there's 2 in the back. Okay. Alright, this girl goes here. She can, actually, no. She'll go there. You can finish him off, right there. Do that. I can go there. And you want blue, so I shall give you blue.
된다. 4월을 건.
Nice.
매력이 심장이 적같지를
Ezra, honey. How much sanity did she have? Pretty sure she had higher sanity.
이 순간이 다 되었느니라.
치. 치. 검문 확보. 단단히 포기하지 마시게.
Oh, nice. Get him, Ish. Fuck him up.
한눈 팔지 마세요. 메마른 당신에게 파도는 반드시 밀려올
Alright,
테니.
nice. Nice. New combo. Nice. And this should be the last of them. That goes there. You get to kill that guy. And you do this. That can be there. That can be there. That can be there. You want red.
그려는데
It just gets pretty cool. High base power, low coin power on a positive coin kit is new. Ah! So she innately has higher base power and doesn't rely on coins to do most of the clashing. Yeah, it's just a lot of plus ones. Oh, well, they're gonna die. They're gonna die. You want I can't give you blue.
소리와 호흡을 멈추고.
Crit? Nice. Nice.
시연은 어떠셨나요? 소생은 나름의 소득을
Okay, that's
얻었다고
pursuit, and then
생각한다면
this pursuit
이들의
2.
수고를
Oh,
들고 돌아가 주인님을
new
뵙느냐.
person.
어쩌면 이번에야말로 지혜성의 이름을 입에 올리실지도
There's a
모르겠다.
new person.
면면 좀 받을까?
Hardly a challenge. What a waste of time. Closest we got in IDs is old Meursault stuff. I see. Oh yeah, we do. Like what is it? N-Corp, right? Mittelhammer? Or is he Grosshammer? I forget. Hugh. Well, at least they're not much of a fighter one-on-one. Service de Clues is not a combat specialized department. While they have all undergone basic combat training for exigent circumstances, they are not prepared for head-on conflicts such as this. Yeah, I noticed. They just kept taking pictures of us with their briefcases. I'm guessing that's their primary job description? What are they snapping away for then? Whispering behind their backs like a load of creeps. Collecting photos to include in the report for their higher-ups, I'd wager. I can kind of see how they could think that we're involved in this somehow. Every time they followed a lead, they end up encountering us. It's hardly a surprising rationale. Meursault stood a footstep away from the rest of the sinners and watched in silence as they tried to come up with an explanation. What was he thinking? What is it that he wishes to say? Or is he simply contemplating, observing without any preconceived notions in his mind? His silence couldn't have been any different from his usual sentence, but as though by some chance or whim. Hey, Meursault. I was struck by the sense of brief yet distinct strangeness and was compelled to speak with him. Yes, manager? Don't hesitate to let me know if there's something you want to say, but aren't sure if you're supposed to say it. Yes, manager. I will do as you order and should one such circumstance occur. As always, the reply was as deflatingly concise and direct. As though he had some rule of his own that told him that this was the specific response for situations like these. Okay, but I'm talking about right now, actually. Do you have anything to say right now? No, I do not. It did not appear to me that he was trying to hide anything or choosing his words in response to my question. His reply was simply that, an answer, nothing more. Yes, a prepared answer written down in a list of responses. That's what it felt like to me. As though this particular answer had always been the only one he had available for situations like this. Clearly, prodding him for answers wasn't going to get me anywhere, so... Sure, if you say so. I turned away from it and took off to join the other sinners. As I did so, a few words lingered at the tip of my proverbial tongue, asking to be let out, so I did. Would've been nice to know what you're looking at. Of that, he spoke. I cannot form a judgment. What? That is because the precise definition and nature of my subject of my gaze are just as unknown to me as to you. Should you point to an object or an enemy, I can provide a verbal explanation based on my current knowledge. If you require such information, please rephrase your question accordingly. Had I asked him again then, had I tried to get the bottom of that line of questioning, I find myself in the smallest peek into Meursault's psyche, which had remained entirely shrouded in mystery even after a year of traveling together. I suppose that's not up to me to judge as well. Manager. Yeah? Another battle imminent. As you previously instructed, I have informed you of an imminent battle. Yo, Boss Claw! Are you just gonna sit there all day while you do all the fighting? They're pouring out the building over there! So they must have been on their way to the building. So they must have been on their way to the building. Our path ahead seems clear. Executive Manager, let us neutralize those foes and head up there. Gotcha, be right there. The brief little battle came to a close, and battling enemies who arrived precisely at the time Meursault had predicted, we made our way into the building. Here it is. Bloody hell, them blokes we fought downstairs must have been the weaker ones of the bunch. How does N-Corp have so many guys on their payroll? There's no end to them! It is a wing after all. Are these the taboo violators? I thought the culprit worked alone. No, I'm quite certain they're the ones with subsequent reports. The N-Corp fixer appeared just as confused as we were. It's clear to me they were expecting to find a taboo violator here, not a big group of dozen or so people. What were they thinking? Sending fodder like us to deal with an organized taboo violation? They should have sent taboo hunters here instead. Why do you think they told us to consume canned experience containing mass melee combat? They must have thought our current manpower would suffice to deal with this. I don't know about that. Wait, wasn't there an extra report? One of them's a... All of a sudden, with a click, the room began to buzz with a metallic whir of some kind of machinery. And immediately, I could tell what it was. Distortion. Standing in the middle of the shabby room was a device I wasn't sure if I had seen before. The exterior was plastered with strange shapes that looked similar to what we saw in the Chinokun's faces on our earlier battles, making it difficult to grasp its full shape. The round object affixed to it began to rotate slowly, with a dull, worn-out groan of the thing past its prime. Men, shield your eyes! Oh, right. The moment it began to emit a faint ray of light, Otis thundered in a commanding voice. I quickly turned away as well, making sure not to catch even a glimpse of it. The device could be playing a recorded video of Executive Manager. Even a brief look at it could constitute a taboo violation. Shit! I saw that. I'm so finished. As the panic began creeping into the voices of several unlucky individuals. Oh man, folks, this is starting to get a little embarrassing. A sleepy voice breaks into the darkness past my metaphorically speaking shut eyes. Mentor? Eyes open, Engdu. What's wrong with everyone? Got dust in your eyes? The hell's wrong with you? Don't you know that everyone who watches even a split second of a recorded video in NCorp gets... Of course I know. I watch it anyway. Open your eyes, esteemed fellows. This motion picture isn't recorded. Hang on. He's right. That video's not a recording. Possibly emboldened by Kim's comment, or perhaps believing that seeing the video could also be excused as incidental exposure incurred while subduing violators, the NCorp employees also opened their eyes and began to mutter amongst themselves. Is that thing talking to us? I finally allowed myself a good look at the machine, which was firing a conical beam of light against the side of the wall. And this was its message, delivered via white words on a black background. So you tracked me down this far. After what I went through, take refuge in here, they still ended up finding this place. All of you blindly consuming fake experience after fake experience without even a care about the real thing. Case number TC3224. You're under suspicion of a Category 3 violation. Reveal yourself now and forfeit your illegal recordings. Should you comply, we will... What foolery but witless buffoonery in the absence of fools. The hollowed vessel, bereft of all but lingering delusions, grants not even a brule of echo to the dogged extrication of tools. What's this fellow on about? If you mean to obstruct our official duties, we won't hesitate to use force. Oh, without even so much as turning around, Bamboo Hadakim raised the sword and parried away the NCorp employee's nail-shaped weapon. I'm only speaking as my whim guides me, my dear fellows. No need to get so huffy. I only aim to say that this abomination has no consciousness. After what I went through the refuge in here, they still ended up finding this place. All of you blindly consuming fake evidence. Blindly consuming fake experience after fake experience. Okay, yeah. It's repeating the same sentences over and over. Now, that does make me wonder. Was I just as far gone when I distorted past all words and reason? I mean, if anyone has an answer to that question, it would be you folks, right? Kim said no more. Kim said nothing more. He turned a piercing look at us, all the while effortlessly swatting away the NCorp employees' attacks, as though he was goading us into telling him the truth. Well, I don't suppose there's any point in asking. I am no different from this abomination. Just as it wields that contraption, it must have wielded the only thing I have really known, the blade, transforming into a mindless fiend consumed by a mere tool, cleaving through both fiend and foe, unrestrained. Hey, Junior. You're still on about that? I tried to avert my eyes, I truly did. But such disregard is easier said than done. How can I, when that distorted being has no qualms showing me the... Doesn't he know how rude the unsolicited reflecting of the fathoms of one heart is? That's got to be illegal or something. Illegal, I say! Turning a customer onto a thug on a projection racket run, a mere ant before car in motion into a swerving driver, conjuring dead followers before the eyes of their mentors, simply unconscionable. Rude as hell, as some might say. My poor heart almost burst out of my chest, courtesy of you. In that split second, I think I saw Meursault's eyebrows twitch. The battle is imminent, manager. Just as a natural response to sensing an imminent battle, perhaps? Ugh, my eyes! A blinding flash followed by an explosive bang, my vision immediately went white and decided to take its damn time coming back. And when it did... The first thing that came into view was a particularly unsettling landscape of S-Corp, followed by Bamboo Hadakim surrounded by a small army of Chunokgun. Mentor! Keep that up and you'll shout me deaf, Engdu. Isn't about time we both grew accustomed to such sights. Mentor, still do I wake from these dreams drenched in cold sweat. They might bind and drag you away. This isn't so bad, is it? It's just these folks so far, unlike earlier when... Another flash. What was that? Everything went dark. I understand what's happening, but first things first, we've had to neutralize everyone here and get our mission back on track. Adjusting projection. I've been straying far and wandering all day for this exact reason, and so that was its mechanism. Faust? The words began to shift rapidly before I had the chance to ask Faust what she had meant. To the one who finds comfort settling in lies, I'll give you what most deserve your gaze. Oh. Bollocks, I've been blind before today's over at this rate. It changed. It did? Unlike the earlier instance, one of the distortions is different from the others. As Meursault identified, there's something different about the group. The group of Chunokun this time, they're accompanied by someone else. A warrior in impressive armor wielding a sword that's just as tall. That armor, and a great hwando of the South Circle, to be reunited in such a manner. Oh. The warrior drew a bow that hung from the waistguard and knocked an arrow. Arrow? I suppose this is how it would have gone down had you been the one to grab me. Military Commissioner Im Kyung-up. Kyung-up. How do you fare, friend? At the signal, Arrows is losing, seize the accused. The warrior loosened the knocked arrow, which soared into the sky with a piercing whistle, and with that air-splitting sound as the cue, the Chunokun began to swarm us. Ah! Yes, Ncorp and Liu both have 7 to 10 base power and some of their skills for the time very high, sorry, 5 to 8. Alright, who is this good? Good? Dude. Ugh. Sword of the Homelands, how? Ooh, this music! Ooh. On hit and unopposed attack, on hit, use this defensive ability in 2. Oh. Memory transition. Based on current battle game. Oh. Bear hunt, tiger hunt. Ah. 호랑이냐, 곰이냐. So right now they're in bear form. Okay. All the effects. Oh, pardon me. Chujong. What is this? Gain shield. Taking shield damage equal to 10% to minus HP. Ah! Pardon me. When that expires, end encounter. Oh, okay. So get rid of shield. Okay. Oh. Okay, every 3 turns. 살피뼈. Yeah. Oh. Oh, dear lord. This is a lot. This is a lot. Alright. Let's just go through the motions. Oh, dear lord. 아이고. Ooh, okay. All that's neutral. That's favored. That can go there. Ooh, that can go there. Oh wait, that goes there. Who else is you? Okay. Alright, let's go.
이 앞에 숨쉬는 자 누구 하나 살려보내지 마라.
Alright. So every 3 turns he's gonna change form, so I need to be careful of that. Okay, nice. She's fine. Thank you, Ezra. Nice. She's fine as well. That's not okay. Nice.
낮도 밤도 지우고 숨이 다도록 배우네.
Okay. Right. Max stack 9. Okay. 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 So you still want to go there. Ah. Okay. Cool. That's neutral. Oh, it's a +1. Interesting. Okay. That'll change that. That can go there. Okay. That's power guard. That can go there. Ooh, actually, no. Where's the power guard? It's that one. That'll go there. And you'll go there. That is not countered. Okay. Okay, that will go there then? No. That will go there, and then this will go here. And then this. That will go there, and then this can power guard that. Okay.
그대는 어디까지 가고 있을지.
Alright, nice. This is turn 2.
토끼를 본다. 저 해충들을 도려내라.
Alright, nice. That's the counter.
묘여. 길을 열어라.
Alright. Thank you, Ezra. Nice. Everyone gets a little bit of poise.
숨을 참아. 숨을 거둔다.
And he's fine. Okay, he does defend, so that's okay. Okay. Ooh, nice.
이 순간이 다 배어내리.
Nice. Good. Oh, thank God.
여기 심장.
Nice.
마비 교환.
How many stacks are you at? 9? No. You're at 2. So you want to go there. Okay. She has power guard on that. That can go there. He's gonna change forms here soon. That's neutral. That's favored. That can go there. That can go there. That can go there. You want blue? That'll go there. He's almost there to swordplay the homeland. Okay. Right.
그대는 어디까지 가고 있을지.
Nice. The bleed is a little annoying. It's very annoying, actually.
흐릿한 등화 곱게 적은 종이에 던졌습니다. 식구의
Nice.
용이 되어 빈 벼루에 남았구나.
이 상대는 나야.
Nice.
대전 그래.
Come on, Engdu. Thank you. Wait, no, that's not Engdu. That's Ryoshu. Where is Engdu in the turn order?
그 슬픈 눈빛, 허무한 묵은게. 그대는 선택받았으니.
Oh, there she is. Ah. One sec. Transition. Oh. Okay. That is very interesting. I need 3 more green. I can't give you yellow. I'll go there.
이 순간이 다 되어내리라.
Nice. Almost a stagger.
일곱 앞으로 둘.
Nice. That's 1 more green. Actually, that was 2 greens added?
떨궈주마.
Yeah, I need 1 more green. Nice. Cool. So that can go there. You want to go there. You still want blue. I'll give you blue. You can go there. That will go there, that will go there. That will go there.
당신 짝패군요.
Nice.
틈 끊어.
Go, Ezra. Fuck him up. Thank you.
검로 확보. 이어 오롯한 검의 길에 한 걸음 더 가까이.
80. Alright. Okay. You want red. You know what? Yeah, let's just do a bunch of this.
그려낸 대로
Alright, she has no more bleed. We're back here. Cool. Okay. Ah. Okay. Cool, that'll go there. You'll go here. That'll just go there for now. That'll go there. That'll go there. This will go here.
당신 짝패군요.
Alright, big heal. We want big heal here.
멈추지 않는 시대에서 희망과 미래를 찾아 스스로 답을 구하시길.
I don't care about damage. Give me the healing. Yes, 80. Let's fucking go.
목을 떨궈주마.
Is this his other form or? I'm trying to look at the passives. I think it is. Can't tell. No, he has a new thing. Wait.
육청.
Come on, thank you. Actually, having sinking here is not the greatest. Is isn't it like -2s here somewhere? For one of his skills?
이 순간이 다 되어내리라.
Alright. Okay. Yes. No, that's Tiger Hunt, yes. Multi-coin skills. At lower swordplay of the homeland. So he needs higher. Okay. It's a balancing act, I see. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, he'll be fine. How much poise do you have? I don't think you have enough poise. I'll go there, and you want blue.
그려낸 대로
Nice. Alright, he's fine.
이 순간이 다 되어내리라. 낮도 밤도
Ooh, nice.
숨이 닿도록 배우네.
Hell yeah. 1609, 1554, 1525. Go, Ezra. 1401. She's fine. Alright, acupuncture. She's fine. Nice. Come on. Nice. Thank you.
한눈 팔지 마세요. 맨날은 당신에게 파도는 반드시 밀려올 테니.
121. 3-digit shields. Nice.
숨막히도록 견뎌. 절박하게 갈망했으며 헤아릴 수 없이 저주했어.
Alright. Alright, we got the big move here. He has more clash power. How do you gain swordplay of the homeland? Okay, if it's Tiger Hunt, he loses stacks. Okay. But he does have 2 left. Yes, that will go there. This can go here. I know you want blue, but getting red here is nice. You can get another heal. Sure. Come on. Nice. Hell yeah. 3, 4. Okay, that's 1. Uh-huh. Yup. Ooh, 331 shield left. Hell yeah. Come on, crit. Big crit. And it's fine. It's an okay crit. $163. $86. $40. $17. Oh, wait. Oh, fucking transition. Oh, what was that? I shall set my form. Alright. Hello? Just a little more, I think we may be able to smash that dang thing to smithereens, but... Yeah, it's really hard to focus on one thing with a huge warrior zapping in and out of reality as soon as we make ourselves an opening. To make our lives a whole lot easier if we could just get rid of one of them. The battle seems to be taking a toll on the sinners more so than usual. It wasn't that we were up against an insurmountable foe, not even close. Not to mention how Ezra and Engdo were here to help us out. But... I haven't had enough about the time you gave up, innit? Oi, don't you go lagging it again. The big sword carrying fellas sure kicking our butts, but I don't know if they're the key to solving this distortion. We ain't exactly flush with options, are we? Our exit's blocked, and it ain't like we can stop mid-fight to strategize. With the battlefield constantly shifting between N-Corp and S-Corp, we simply did not have the breathing room to focus on either Projector or Ingyomop, who was swinging that great blade with frightening force. Besides... Oh! I need to go cover his back too! It shall be done. N-Corp was sending far too many people against us. There weren't that many at first, but it seemed the sudden spike in employee casualties in the area so close to the nest has alerted N-Corp to our location. How do we get out of this? Otis, help me out here? I decided to stop racking my brain trying to navigate a situation I know so little about and instead rely on the sinners with possibly more experience in the field. First, I need to know if there's any way we can deal with the endless reinforcements N-Corp is sending after us. And in second, will defeating Ingyomop or destroying that projector bring an end to this distortion phenomena? If I may speak freely, Executive Manager, it is unlikely that our present force will be sufficient to overcome the current rate of our enemy reinforcements. Not only is this battlefield situated in close proximity to the enemy stronghold, there is an unpredictable variable in that strange machine that makes neutralizing even a single wave of enemies difficult. I regret to be the bearer of bad news, but we're trapped in a battlefield with but a single exit, which the enemies have already blocked. Without reinforcements of our own, there's little hope of prevailing through this current predicament. Yeah, it seems that way to me too, but maybe if we can neutralize the distortion phenomenon, at the very least. Faust recommends entering the Dungeon of Fathoms as our exit. The Dungeon of Fathoms? But how can I enter if you can't even talk to the... Wait. Maybe... During the LCB regular checkup back at the LCE, he says that all you have to do is read what's on the note in front of his distortion. Apparently it's some kind of code. Right, keywords! This one seems like a location type distortion, which means regardless of where the bright flashes take us, N-Corp or the tissue caricature of S-Corp, we're still within its range. In other words, as long as I have the right keywords, I can summon an entrance to its Dungeon of the Fathoms from anywhere within it. Okay, so what are the keywords for this distortion then? Onami provided us the necessary keywords for his distortion back then, but this time we have to figure it out on our own. First things first, one of them has to be photographed. It's obviously been present throughout the entire phenomenon. If I may, perhaps experience may be one of them. Isang put its 2 cents in, having briefly retreated from battle to the backlines. There's an undercurrent obsession with experiences during straining his every trail. It must have aught in relation to what caused his distortion. Experience. The concept alone lacks substance. It must be something more grounded, something that is at once synonymous with experience, while maintaining a through line to N-Corp's technology that was the core of his obsession. Canned experience? Most likely, thinks Faust. Alright then, photograph, canned experience. Not seems to transpire as of yet. It didn't, but I could feel it. Are these the kind of photographs they use to make canned experience? Ah! So that's what that strange sensation was. Mentioning that word shook the distortion and caused that rippling effect. But it's not clear enough to force open the Dungeon of Fathoms. How many other keywords could there be? Scraps? Sorry? Oh, I thought we were taking turns sharing what might have caused him to distort. And going by what you folks were saying your piece one after another, I thought this was to be some sort of a Zen riddle. Not a Zen riddle, but where'd scraps come from? See, when enjoying the benefits of slacking off at work, all kinds of mundanity come to possess far more interesting qualities, sometimes even revealing secrets invisible to eyes focused elsewhere. Take our person of interest. To wit, he'd been poking around this area of town with an eye-watering, expensive camera in tow, so consciously that every store owner I'd lightly prodded for information had tales to tell about him. Each tale added another facet of a long saga of a once-driven man, a man with a can-do attitude, an uncanny ability to pull himself up by his own bootstraps and a clear path toward Nest residence, who became so bewitched by photography that he eventually squandered his fortune on what was, in the end, nothing more than a pastime. And that went on until he found himself reduced to a pauper barely making a cent on a scrap heap of an apartment. In pursuit of his ideality, the man has lost the grip of fortune and reality. So he sought out his apartment and found a few scraps of his writing. When cold rain drips down the roof, and when mold and tepid humidity together encroach from the earth, the mind begins to wander, lost. Eventually, madness is evoked from a form indistinguishable from drunkenness. The pauper loses himself. As a shadow darker than any I had seen on Kim's face crept beneath the shade of his eyes. No, I'd seen that look once, in the past. Though it would be more accurate to say that I had heard it in his voice that echoed in his fathoms, distorted by guilt and regret. Perhaps I shouldn't be surprised by the fact that this distortion has, among the countless people here, taken a particular interest in Baba Kim. Photograph, canned experience, and scraps. Like inserting a final piece of the puzzle, the space before us momentarily warped and flashed, opening a pathway to the distortion's fathoms. Well then. We'll be right behind you, Executive Manager. This is what I've seen then, the gateway to one's fathoms. This is it, huh? Neat stuff. But, Before she could finish, Ezra had to redirect her focus from our discussion back to the battle. Most of the sinners were caught in the same predicament. Some managed to disengage from the battle and prepare to enter the Dungeon of Fathoms, but Hong Lu, Gregor, and several others were so busy holding up the N-Corp employees. They're gonna follow us right in there if we run now, right? Probably. Even those who aren't chained to Dante like VR can travel through the pathway once it's open, so... Yeah, let's not drive ourselves into a narrower corner. I'll keep them up. Oh! Hearing that, Bamboo had Kim stepped up. My sword arm's not what it once was, but it should It should be enough for this. Besides, I have little wish to set foot in some ill-omened place and be tangled in such a bizarre mess. Is that really what he thinks? There was something in his eyes that led me to believe that this was about more than just staying behind to protect our rear. He was... What the fuck? Huh? What a terrible front. At least try to pretend to be sincere and make it easy for us to believe you. Did you think that terrible excuse was going to fly? What are you trying to avoid, sword singer? Sword swinger? You're not some kind of kid trying to get out doing his homework. I remember hearing that entering a dungeon of the fathoms will bring one to the spiritual fathoms of the distortion is gazing into. Then what lies within must be my very own, for that is what the abomination is gazing into. This decided then. You're coming with us. We ain't about to walk into a place blind to a place we know shite about, might? Guide us in there, yeah? Oh, that's... He keeps it simple. You try that too. Learn the hard way that homework, like summer reading, doesn't go away just because you don't look at it. It's still there, even as the summer break comes to an end, ruining the last day of your vacation into an all-nighter. Ariyashiki's scabbard vibrated cheerfully in agreement. Stop procrastinating. Go do your summer reading. What is that you said? Face the homework, save the GPA. Face the homework, save the GPA! Face the sin, save the ego. It's pretty... Okay, that's pretty good. It is, after all, the attitude the company expects of its employees. Go, Junior. You guys too, LCD. I can handle them on my own. You'll make a lone stand? Hey, who do you think I am? I'll show you why Team Leader Moses felt safe sending me out alone with you guys. This is basically a Monster of the Week situation for Team Leader and me back in our duo days. I can handle them on my own, no problemo. I just want to see how you guys handle the inflection point, but I can guess you could never really have it all. Oh well, I guess let's trust our own two OSIR team newbies to handle that. Now that I think about it, I think I'm getting a pretty solid example as your team senior, aren't I? Hehe. I don't like this, but it seems like I have no choice in the matter as long as this employee card hangs from my chest. With a sigh, Kim shook his head and joined us, dragging his feet all the while. I shall take the vanguard. Ah, mentor, be warned that the entrance is floating. Take a tall step over, or you may trip. I can clearly see that, Engdu. Bring me a ladder if you're really that worried. Why don't you? Have you need of one? A mere jest. You need a worry. Engdu.
완벽하게 수행되었지 않은가? 하지만
So the dude turned into a projector. I see.
그렇다면 여전히 난 아무것도 인가?
Oh god, do I do this today? Stream's gone on for a good while and I could feel my voice strain, I won't lie. I can do that. Chat, do we use these? I do have Bladeland Meursault, so do we use our tickets? Or do we save these? I do need Meursault egos. So I think this might be the play. No, well, PP? Well, I'm only going to be using the ticket, so it's basically free. Let's see, how many pulls is this? Is every pull is 1,300. 100. Right? Or, yeah. 100 pulls, so 10 pulls. And like a little more. Egos have low chance, not worth it? I don't know, man. Considering my luck with egos, specifically. I'll just do one. One won't kill me. And if it's bad, it's bad. if it's this, it can also be this. And it's fine. See, no lunacy lost. It's fine. Very funny that it was a repeat though. Very funny. That'll be it for me today though. Thank you all so much for coming. I'll finish up Mnestic experience next week. Depending on what happens. Yeah, some IRL stuff is going on. I don't know if I will have the precognition to plan out next week's schedule as of now. So whenever I stream Limbus again, I'll finish up Mnestic experience. Again, thank you all so much for coming. Tomorrow I'll be streaming Final Fantasy XIV. We'll be going back. We'll be doing the second Alliance raid for Heaven's Ward. And going through that. So hopefully that'll be a nice time. And I think that's about it. Thank you all so much for coming. Please take care of yourselves. Please stay hydrated. And most important of all, please be kind. Alright, I'm gonna go now. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.